Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello once again, everybody. A very pleasant July 4th afternoon to you. Hope you're enjoying your Independence Day holiday. This afternoon at Ray Winder Field, minor league baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers, wrapping up a 5-game series. We are live on Air America, Little Rock 1380, KDXE, and minorleaguebaseball.com. I'm Phil Elson as we finish off this quick 5-game homestand. The Travelers and the Drillers have each won 2 games over the first 4 in this important 5-game set here in the early portion of the second half. The Drillers tying the series 2 games apiece by virtue of a 9-4 win over the Travs last night. Drillers bang out 15 base hits, holding the Travs to just 6 base hits. Joe Koshansky connecting on a 3-run homer in the third inning. He would finish with 4 RBIs, and Seth Smith, right fielder for the Drillers, had his second 4-hit game of the series. James Holcomb took the loss, falling to 0-7, losing for the third time since coming off the DL, and Steven Register went 6 strong innings for his second win of the year. Travelers coming into this ball game with 4 wins and 7 losses in the second half. At the moment, 3 games in back of the Wichita Wranglers for first in the North Division. Tulsa, the first half champions, right now residing in second place in the second half. 6 wins, 5 losses, 1 game back. Take a look at the pitching matchup here in July 4th. Rubber match of this 5-game series. Travelers send Nick Green for his 6th AA start. It'll be Green's first start at Ray Winder Field since June the 3rd. He made his AA debut right here at Ray Winder Field, beating Midland 10-8. Green has made his last 4 starts on the road. Overall, 2-1 with Arkansas, 4.50 ERA. Green came up from Rancho Cucamonga in the California League after posting 5 wins and 3 losses in 11 games. On the mound for the Drillers is a Traveler killer this year. Mark Kaiser picked up 7 wins and 6 losses on the year with a 3.83 ERA. Kaiser has appeared in 3 games against the Travs, winning all 3 of his starts, allowing only 3 earned runs in 20 of the third innings against the Travs. That's a 1.33 ERA. Kaiser for the Drillers. It's Green for the Travs. And it's the ITT Technical Institute pregame show, brought to you by ITT Technical Institute, where your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, go to itt-tech.edu. There was some rain coming through central Arkansas in the early morning. At the moment, the skies have a little bit of cloud cover ahead. There is a chance of rain, but it looks like at the moment we are in the clear and should be able to get the ball game started. Of course, we had a Saturday night doubleheader with umbrellas given away just a couple of days ago. So who knows, you could still bring your umbrella out to the ballpark and open it up, realize that it's got a saying on the cover that it says it never rains at Ray Winder Field. That's the truth. We don't expect it to rain tonight or today. After the Travelers and the Drillers finish off this 5-game series today, the Travs will get on the luxury liner immediately and head down to Wichita, starting their 5-game set at Lawrence Dumont Stadium tomorrow night. The Drillers will be heading back home to Tulsa. They'll be taking on the Springfield Cardinals in a 5-game series. Plenty to talk about next on the pregame show. We'll have the news from the Texas League as well as the AgPro Farm Report. That'll be right after this commercial break on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. You do have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings.
Yeah, the wings were good.
Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. Do you guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with a taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Raywinder Field as the Travelers and the Drillers start to warm up in the outfield. The Travelers wearing their home white uniforms, of course, here on a July 4th, Tuesday afternoon. The Drillers will come out today in road dark blue unis. They call it slate blue. Sleeveless uniforms, black sleeves coming out from the undershirt. Drillers coming in with 6 wins, 5 losses in the second half. Travelers at 4 wins, 7 losses. Tulsa has still dominated the season series with these teams, winning 13 of 18 matchups. Well, last night in the Texas League, a return to what the Royals are expecting from Zach Greinke as the young right-hander struck out 12 Springfield Cardinals, pitching Wichita to an 8-1 victory at Hammond Field. The Cardinals losing for the 8th time in 9 games. Greinke, who had been smacked around over his previous 2 starts, went the distance, throwing a 9-inning complete game 2-hitter. He did give up 1 run, and that was in the last inning he pitched. Walked 1, struck out 12 for his 3rd win since coming off the 60-day DL, and the Wranglers backed him up with 14 base hits, 3 from Chris Lebansky, including his 6th home run, and a 3-run homer by D.H. D. Brown, his 5th. And the Wranglers at 7-4 have a 1-game lead over Tulsa, 3 ahead of the Travelers. The Cardinals at 2-9 are 5 games out. South Division action last night. Corpus Christi beat Midland 5-4 with Josh Bonifay leading the way for the Hooks with 4 base hits, including a double. Drove in 3 runs, and Bonifay scored twice. He had 4 of 13 base hits for Corpus Christi. Midland collecting 7. Hooks right-hander Mitch Talbot won his 6th game of the year, limiting the Rockhounds to 2 runs on 5 hits and a couple of walks in 7 innings while striking out 8. Talbot now 6-3. Paul Estrada closed down the 9th inning. A perfect night, saving his 4th of the year. Ray Aguilar giving up 5 runs on 10 hits in 6 innings, and the Midland right-hander falls to 6-5. With Corpus Christi winning, Frisco defeats San Antonio, knocking the Missions out of a first-place tie with the Hooks. 7-4, Frisco wins behind the 2 solo homers by their catcher, Kevin Richardson. Richardson now with 10 home runs on the year. Luke Grayson also had a couple of base hits, and Jim Fasano 2 for 3 for the Rough Riders with 2 RBI. Rough Rider right-hander Thomas Diamond struck out 9 batters in 5 innings, allowing only a couple of earned runs on 4 base hits and a walk. He is now 7-4 with Jesse Carlson saving his 3rd of the year. Frisco gets their 3rd win of the second half. They're 3-8, 6 games back of the Hooks. The Hooks are 9-2 in first place in the South Division. San Antonio at second place, 8-3, 1 big game back. Midland 5-6. The Rockhounds are 4 games out of first. Travs and the Drillers are the only day game in the Texas League on July 4th. The other games will start around 7 o'clock. Corpus Christi and Midland, 7 p.m. on the dot. Chance Douglas, the reigning Texas League pitcher of the week, is on the mound for the Hooks, a record of 5-2. David Bradley pitching for Midland, his record 4-7. 7 p.m. first pitch at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco. San Antonio announcing Nate Mateo to the mound, a 3-7 right-hander. And as usual, the Rough Riders do not announce their starting pitcher. 7-10 first pitch at Hammond Field in Springfield. The Wranglers and the Cardinals finish off that series. Wranglers already have, since the series, they lead at 3-1. Wrangler left-hander Neil Musser, 3-0, pitching for the Wranglers against Springfield's right-hander Chris Lambert, who will come in at 7 wins and 6 losses. Well, we won't be able to update you on those games, as they will be starting way after we will already be complete here at Raywinder Field. Quick look at the AgPro Farm Report with news from around the Angels organization, brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas. The L.A. Angels yesterday got another outstanding start from Jared Weaver and his return to the major leagues as they pound the Seattle Mariners 7-1. 3rd straight win for the Halos. Weaver is now 5-0 after limiting Seattle to only 1 run on 5 hits and a walk in 7 innings. Weaver struck out 9, lowered his ERA to 1.35. He beat hard-throwing right-hander Felix Hernandez, a former San Antonio Mission, who falls to 8-8. And former Travelers first baseman Kendry Morales chipped in with a 3-for-4 effort, including his 5th home run of the year, and Sean Figgins was 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. With that third straight win, the Angels are 38-44, 5 games in back of first place Oakland. And tonight, actually today, 3:05 Central Time, former Trav Irvin Santana puts his own personal 5-game winning streak on the line. He's 8-3 overall with a .392 earned run average. His opponent on the mound for the Missions, former San Antonio right-hander Gil Metch, who comes in 7-4. We will be able to update you on that game at Safeco Field in Seattle as we get throughout our broadcast today. A little bit of news from the Angels minor league system. At AAA yesterday, Salt Lake used 5 pitchers to combine in a 2-hit shutout of Sacramento. The Bees going on for a 2-0 win. Nate Bland started, went 4 innings, allowed 1 hit. Matt Wilhite, 2 scoreless innings of work. Matt Hensley, Marcus Gwynn, and Greg Jones, each 1 inning of shutout ball. Hensley gets the win, Jones saving his 8th. Howie Kendrick, a couple of RBIs to get to first place Salt Lake, that 2-0 victory. Down to the California League, Rancho pounded out 12 base hits with 3 coming from shortstop Sean Rodriguez, including 2 steals by Rodriguez and 2 runs scored. Baltazar Lopez, the first baseman for the Quakes, finishing 3 for 4, driving in 3 runs. He had a double. Right-hander Micah Posey got his 3rd win for the Quakes. And that final score for Rancho, 12-4 over Inland Empire. Down in the Midwest League, Stephen Merrick pitching the Cedar Rapids Colonels to a 7-1 victory over the Burlington Bees in an afternoon tilt. Merrick goes to 9-1, allowing only 1 run on 4 hits and no walks, struck out 2 in 8 innings. He lowered his ERA to 2.01, and raising more suspicions that perhaps Merrick would be the next promotion to Single-A Rancho Cucamonga, with Jose Arredondo joining the Travelers on Sunday. Nick Aidenhart won his Cal League debut 2 days ago, and then Merrick is going to 9-1 in the Midwest League. I certainly do think that he may get a chance at a promotion to the California League sometime over the next couple of weeks. Rookie League Orem lost to Idaho Falls 10-4, and the Arizona Rookie League Angels were winners over the Arizona League Brewers 12-11, ball game that included 22 base hits. And the AZL Angels again a 12-11 win over the Arizona League Brewers. That's the AgPro Farm Report. News around the Angels organization brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas. Located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England, AgPro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. And you can check out a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment online at agprocompanies.com. Going to have the national anthem performed here by Don Curdy on the accordion. So we'll be taking a commercial break. We'll come back with a starting lineup for your July 4th battle at Ray Winter Field, the Travs and the Drillers, on Air America Little Rock 1380 KBXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
If you haven't been able to quit smoking for yourself, think about the people around you. Every year, secondhand smoke kills more than 40,000 non-smokers and causes over 400,000 cases of severe asthma in children. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Now. Stamp out smoking. A Healthy Arkansas initiative from the Arkansas Department of Health and Human Services.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KBXE, North Little Rock.
Back at the yard as the Travs and the Drillers get set for the final game of a 5-game series. Hope you are having a fantastic Independence Day, whether you're on the lake, on the river, at home, in the backyard, or here at the ballpark. We're happy to have you with us. Travelers will be heading out to Wichita right after the ball game down Interstate 40 and through the city of Tulsa. Actually be trailing the Drillers all the way out there and then back up to I-35 into the state of Kansas. Airtime tomorrow is set for 6:45. First pitch 7:05. The Travs and the Wranglers from Lawrence Dumont Stadium. It'll be a matchup of Jose Arredondo for the Travs, making his first start for Arkansas. Did pitch in 5 games out of the bullpen for the Travs last year. Arredondo was 5-6 at Rancho with a 2.30 ERA. They'll be opposed by Junior Herndon, coming in 7-6, 383 earned run average. Taking a look at tonight's starting lineup, or today's starting lineup, we'll begin with the visiting Drillers. 6 wins, 5 losses for the AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. And tonight it'll be Troy Tulowitzki leading off, playing shortstop. Batting second, right fielder Seth Smith. Joe Gaetti batting in the 3-hole, playing left field. Joe Koshansky, a 3-run homer last night, 4 RBIs. He cleans up. He's at first base. Batting fifth, third baseman Christian Colonel. 6-hole hitter for the Drillers, center fielder Jordan Zarnicki. Batting seventh, catching Tino Sanchez. Just Big Ten bats eighth. He'll be the DH with Matt Macri batting ninth at second base. Travelers coming in 4-7 in the second half. AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, piloted by Tyrone Boykin. Nathan Haynes will be the leadoff batter today. He'll be in right field. Batting second, left fielder Aaron Peel. Brandon Wood in the 3-hole at shortstop. Cleaning up third baseman Matt Brown. Batting fifth, DH Greg Porter. Bobby Wilson will bat sixth. He'll catch. 7-hitter, first baseman Matt Pauling. Batting eighth, Dwayne Bacon in center field. And rounding out the Travelers starting 9 is second baseman Eric Rodlin. Nick Green will take the hill for the Travs. 6'4" right-hander, 21 years old, from Tifton, Georgia. Green making his 6th AA appearance. He's 2-1 with a 450 earned run average. On the mound for the Drillers, Mark Kaiser. Kaiser is tied for the league lead with 2 complete games, winning them both back-to-back, June 18th, June 23rd. Against Springfield and Midland. Kaiser, a 6'2" right-hander, is 24 years old. He is out of Reno, Nevada, and Lewis and Clark State. Kaiser has made 16 starts with the Drillers. He's gone 7-6 with a 3.83 ERA. Kaiser, however, has won 5 of his last 7 decisions, including a 4-2 record in June, holding teams to a batting average against him just 2.05 during 6 starts in the month of June with a 1.99 ERA. So Kaiser did not make it to the All-Star squad, but he's been pitching like an All-Star recently. Texas League umpire crew, David Rackley, the crew chief behind the dish. Tyler Finneman calling the outs at third, and over at first will be Barry Larson. I expect the Travs are about to take the field any minute now. We'll take our final break of the pregame show and return with the first pitch. Happy July 4th. This is where you should be, at the ballpark on a Tuesday afternoon, July 4th, 2006. And we'll have that first pitch coming up next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder Field, the Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers are set for action. Arkansas coming in with a record of 4-7, and the Drillers at 6-5. Tulsa really doesn't have any pressure on them here in the second half of the season. Already stamping their ticket to the playoffs by virtue of winning the first half over Springfield by 1 game. Travs have the pressure on them. And coming in today, they've split the first 4 games of the series with Tulsa, setting up a rubber match on Independence Day. Standing into the batter's box, Troy Tulowitzki. Shortstop for the Tulsa Drillers has missed 2 games in this series due to tendinitis in his left knee, but the 2 games he's played, he's had his presence felt, driving in 3 runs. And the first pitch of the afternoon from Nick Green is a called strike. Threw that first pitch at 1:30, right on the dot. And a little cooler than expected here in July 4th in Central Arkansas. Pitch on the way to Tulowitzki. He slaps a ground ball through the right side of the infield and pokes a base hit to right field to start the ball game. Tulowitzki with his 3rd base hit of the series, and that'll bring up Seth Smith. Game time temperature here at Ray Winder Field is a cool 82 degrees. It is rising slightly. The sun is starting to poke out of the clouds from beyond the right field corner. Smith stepping into the plate. Left-hand batter. He's had 2 4-hit games in the series, including 4 hits yesterday, a double and 3 singles, scoring 1 run. Off of first, Tulowitzki. Green coming from the stretch. Young right-hander, a high-set position, and he deals a fastball for strike 1. Green's single-A earned run average at Rancho was 415. Double-A Arkansas is 450. He has made the adjustment very nicely. Here's an 0-1 pitch to Smith. And he laid off the changeup with a check swing, low and outside, 1-1. Smith 2 wins and a loss with the Travs, 5 starts, a 4.50 ERA. His wins coming against Midland and Springfield. His loss came against Tulsa, losing 5-0 on June 9th. The 1-1 pitch is a changeup over the outside corner called strike 2. A lot of changeups from Green. He's got an outstanding feel for his off-speed pitch. Fastball, high 80s, low 90s. And a throw, a slider, and a curve. It's a 1-2 count on Smith. And the pitch. Swinging a fly ball in the straightaway center. Got under it. Bacon is right there, waiting, and he'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. Standing in now, Joe Gaetti. The fielders behind Nick Green, Aaron Peel in left, Dwayne Bacon in center, Nate Haynes starts in right. Across the infield, third to first, it's Matt Brown, Brandon Wood, Eric Roblin, and Matt Pauly. Pauly holding on Tulowitzki. A couple of feet off the bag, and a pitch to Gaetti is skied on the infield, right side. Pauly coming into foul ground. Now 2/3 of the way to the plate, he'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. 2 quick outs there after the leadoff single. Tulowitzki still holding it first, and here comes Joe Koshansky. Travs yesterday had a 1-0 lead before Koshansky jumped over a 3-0 fastball and blitzed it over the right field fence. His 20th home run of the year. Tied with Hunter Pence for the league lead. He would tack on a sacrifice fly the next inning and finish the day with 4 runs batted in to take over the league lead from Pence. 64 RBIs for Koshansky, 2 more than Corpus Christi's right fielder. Big left-hander waiting, and a pitch from Green. Fastball got him to pop it up in a shallow left towards the foul line. Matt Brown in foul territory, about 20 feet out. He makes the catch. Couple of easy pop-outs in foul territory for Nick Green, and that'll set down the Drillers after the leadoff single. Tulowitzki is held at first base. That'll take us to the bottom of the first. Travs swinging against Mark Kaiser today. And we'll have that bottom of the first inning next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the first, Travs come up against Mark Kaiser. Kaiser makes his fourth start against the Travelers. He has a perfect 3-0 record against Arkansas. He's held the Travs to a batting average of just .236, 1.33 ERA, and 3 wins over the Travelers. Kaiser overall, 7 wins, 6 losses with a 3.83 ERA. He's worked 108 innings, giving up 110 base hits. League batting .271 against Kaiser. 25 walks, 49 strikeouts, and he has given up 13 homers, which ties in for 4th most in the league. Kaiser throws a fastball, a sinker, a changeup, a curve, and a slider. It's a lot of ground balls. In fact, he's getting about 2 ground balls for every fly ball out, and hence a ton of double play. Nathan Haynes leads things off today for the Travs, and a pitch to the left-hand batter is lined into center field, sending Zarnicki back. It's over his head. First base hit of the series for Nate Haynes, and we're off to the races, but he'll hold at second base as Zarnicki fielded the ball in the Channel 7 sign out there just to the left of center. And Haynes got a good look at that throw coming in and elected not to try for the triple. Haynes had been 0 for 12 in the series before that first pitch double. That'll bring up Aaron Peel and bring Brandon Wood to the on-deck circle. Double number 3 since Haynes joined the Travs from Northern League, Gary, Indiana. And now Peel standing in, right-hand batter. A pitch on the way from Kaiser. Up high, a ball, 1-0. Peel 1 for 3 in last night's loss. He scored the final Traveler run. He is 7 for 13 of the series, hitting it pretty well. Haynes held on at second by Tulowitzki, and the pitch is a slider for a strike on the inside corner. Nice sharp break on that. Straight down motion from Kaiser. And it's a ball and a strike. Kaiser does like to work quick. He's at the stretch checking Haynes. And now the 1-1 to Peel. A little slow grounder on the right side, hugging the first base line, stays fair. Koshansky picks it up right at the base and steps on the bag for the out. Haynes advances to third, so Peel does his job. You can see on his swing, it wasn't that he was trying to hit the ball very hard. He really just tried to guide it on the right side. Ball stayed fair by less than a foot. Now Brandon Wood has an opportunity to put the Travs in front. The Drillers are going to bring the infield in. Wood had his 9-game hit streak end yesterday with an 0 for 2. He did walk, score a run, and hit a sacrifice fly. Wood came to the plate in the 8th inning with the Travelers down by a couple of runs. He had the bases loaded, nobody out, and was just a little bit in front of a breaking ball from Judd Songster and flied out to left field, scoring a run. Kaiser will work from the stretch. And the right-hander lifts the leg and deals. Wood will take a curveball low, 1-0. 296 batting average for Wood, 18 homers, 58 runs batted in. At the moment, ranking third in the league in homers, 4th in RBIs, a 1-0. Swing and a miss to the fastball. Kaiser can get it into the low 90s. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Wood. High set position by Kaiser, the pitch. Swinging a line drive into left center. That's going to be a base hit, and here comes Haynes to score. Ball cut off in the gap by Gaetti, holding Wood to a 1-out RBI single. RBI number 59 for Brandon Wood. And a sharp line drive directly over Troy Tulowitzki's head. Travs get ahead of Mark Kaiser. And That is the first earned run the Travs have scored against Kaiser since April 19th. Gave up a total of 3 runs and 14 in the third innings in his previous 2 outings against the Travs, only allowing 3 unearned runs. Now Matt Brown, the batter, in a pitch. Check swing on a fastball coming on the inside corner, a called strike. Brown in last night's game had a 2-run double in the 4th inning that brought the Travs their 2nd and 3rd runs, tying the game at 3. Brown also came to the plate after Wood sack fly in the 8th inning with runners at the corners, and he would strike out. Finish the game 1 for 3. Pitch on the way to Brown, and it's inside, a fastball from Kaiser. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Travs. Brandon Wood driving in his 5th run of the series. That was his 6th base hit against the Drillers in these 5 games. Infielders looking for a double play ball. Colonel now backing up about 6 feet behind third base. Tulowitzki a little further away from second base. Macri in normal double play depth. Wood leading off, decent lead. And the 1-1 to Brown is fouled straight back into the net, and it's 1-2. I mentioned about Kaiser's ability to get the ground ball. Almost 2 ground outs for every fly out that he gets, and that has helped him. Had 22 double plays behind him on the year. Wood leading away, and Kaiser stepped off. Knowing that he gets all these ground balls, there's a good chance he'll see some aggressive base running, hit and run. The 1-2 to Brown. Swing on a curveball, a bouncing ball to the hole at short. Nice scoop up from third base. Colonel, his throw to second is late. Colonel was stumbling for that baseball off the third base line, came up with it cleanly, but then kind of tripped up in the infield dirt surface. And his throw to second base was late, so Wood gets to second. Brown is credited with an infield hit. Not a fielder's choice. It's a base hit for Brown, due to the fact that Colonel had such a lot of ground to cover, moving to his left about 6 or 7 feet to come up with that ground ball. The 3 hits in the inning for the Travs against Kaiser. He had given up only 3 hits in 8 innings against the Travs last time out. Beat him 4-2 on June the 8th. Here's Greg Porter. Big left-hand batter, first and second, 1 out. Kaiser checking the runner in the pitch. A fastball hit high and deep to right field. He had 2 homers on Saturday. Greg Porter's hit another home run. 4-0 here in the first inning. Greg Porter has now homered in 3 consecutive at-bats. Home run number 12 for Greg Porter, who just laid his grandfather to rest yesterday. That's why he was not with the team, and instead was back in Texas at his grandfather's funeral. Comes right back to Little Rock, and he is right where he left off on Saturday. All 3 of Porter's homers in the last 3 swings he's taken have gone to the freeway. Now Bobby Wilson, the batter, and a pitch at the knees, a called strike. 4-0 here in the first. Travs grab a rather large lead. And the 0-1 to Wilson. Slow curve low, ball 1. Wilson last night an 0 for 4, a very rare 0 for 4. Bobby had been on quite a tear recently. Here's a 1-1, and a shot towards right field. A line drive at Smith going back a few steps to make the running catch. That'll be out number 2, bringing up Matt Pauley. So Wilson now 1 for 12 in the series. Greg Porter's numbers in this series are 6 for 10, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. Again, his 12th home run of the season. RBIs 39, 40, and 41. 12 homers. Porter is not quite in the top 5. He'd be about 7th in the league with those 12 homers. Now Matt Pauley, first pitch swinging, slow grounder over the mound. Macri, the second baseman, fields it and throws Pauley out. And the Travs are done in the first inning. But big first inning, 4 runs on 4 base hits, no errors, and a big 3-run homer by Greg Porter to make it 4-0 Travs heading into the top of the second on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
A young married couple sat silently on a porch swing one warm June evening. The young wife looked over at her new husband and asked, "George, do you think my eyes are beautiful? Yep, answered George. A minute went by. George, do you think my hair is attractive? Again, George answered yep. More time passed. George, would you say that I have a gorgeous figure? Once again, George answered yes. Oh, George, she gushed. You say the nicest things. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, when you're building a marriage, you have to learn how to talk to each other. Think about it.
The Church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
We've got a crazy fan on the field here, folks. He's wearing more body paint than a Mustang, Bob. Uh-oh, here come the refs. But he's not slowing down. Fakes left, goes right, throws the straight arm. He's made it past the end zone.
Say hello to Mr. Goalpost.
Sports injuries can be ugly, but with some of the best orthopedic physicians in the state, Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas deliver the kind of care that can help you get back on your feet and back to the games you love. For an athletic trainer or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline, 227-8478.
Oh, he's going to feel that in the morning.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs take a 4-0 lead into the top of the second inning. Greg Porter's third homer in 3 at-bats, a 3-run shot. Brandon Wood had an RBI single, and the Travs are in front big as we come into the top of the second, and Nick Green facing the 5, 6, and 7 hitters of the Drillers. Start with Christian Colonel. Green will wind up and deliver to Colonel. The right-hand batter pulls it foul on the ground of the third base railing, strike 1. Green threw only 8 pitches to get the outs he needed in the first inning. He got 2 outs on 1 pitch. Foul outs by Joe Gaetti and Joe Koshansky. A couple of pretty tough outs. Green likes to get quick outs. Any pitcher would. Here's the 0-1 to Colonel. And it's just off the outside corner, 1-1. Colonel will be followed by Jordan Zarnicki and Tino Sanchez. Christian Colonel starting in third in place of Ian Stewart. The 1-1 inside, ball 2. Stewart, in game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader, fouled the ball off his right foot. And boy, it really looked like it hurt him. The 2-1 pitch is grounded to Wood at shortstop, waits for the grass to slow it down, which it does. He picks it up cleanly, throws it a little wide, but down the first base line, and it's caught by Matt Paulin. He tags Colonel as he crosses first base. I mentioned yesterday that you'd notice if you came to some games at Ray Winder Field in April or May, you'll notice that the grass is much greener. It's much more lush, but it's also very thick. Thicker type of grass growing here in the second half of the season. Pitch on the way to Zarnicki, and it's inside, ball 1. Zarnicki was backing out of the box asking for timeout. David Rackley, the plate umpire, did not grant him timeout. And Green did not throw a strike. Here's the 1-0, and it's popped up back this way. It's going to hit the roof. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zarnicki. Zarnicki last night 0 for 3 was hit by a pitch and scored a run as part of the Drillers' 3-run ninth as they pulled away late. The 1-1. Swinging the chopper outside third on the changeup from Green. Strike 2. Zarnicki batting .279 with 9 homers and 35 runs batted in. He's the Tulsa Drillers leader with 11 steals. Drillers don't usually turn to the steal that much. In fact, their 39 steals has a team the lowest amount of the league. The 1-2, a curveball popped up on the infield. Left side shortstop Wood, a cut of the grass in the outfield, is there to make the catch. And Nick Green has set down 5 batters in a row. One of the things Ken Patterson and Ty Boykin really like about Green is mound presence. That is always a big factor for Ty Boykin to like a pitcher. Green has that mound presence he looks for. Pitch comes to Sanchez. Switch hitting catcher takes the fastball outside. To get with mound presence is a pitcher that you could look at him if he's losing 10-0 or winning 10-0, and you'd never know just by looking at him. Here's a 1-0. And it's outside again to Sanchez, ball 2. Second game for Sanchez since being re-signed by the Drillers. He'll be the backup catcher for Alvin Colina after Chris Iannetta left for AAA Colorado Springs. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike from Green on the outside corner, 2-1. 2 outs, nobody on base. Green, almost an emotionless pitcher on the mound with a 2-1 pitch coming. Sanchez a swing and a tip, strike 2. Went after a tailing fastball that was moving away from the left-hand batter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Green also repeats his pitching motion. And as I mentioned, displays a great feel for the changeup. And at 21 years old, I don't think that says a lot. 2-2 pitch. Changeup popped back this way. It'll hit the roof, and still 2-2. Green's got a little bit of a hop in his windup. And if he rears back and instead of throwing that 90-mile-an-hour fastball, throws a changeup about 12 mile an hour slower, look out. 2-2. Changeup. Got him swinging. Inning over. First strikeout of the day for Nick Green. And he took care of Sanchez with that devastating change. He set down 6 consecutive batters, and the Travs lead 4-0 going to the bottom of the second on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double D's has the answers. Double D's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double D's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double D's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double D's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Happy July 4th here on Independence Day 2006. Travelers and the Drillers celebrating America's independence with an afternoon battle. Hope you're having a safe July 4th holiday. No drinking and driving here on this fantastic afternoon. 4-0 Travs, bottom 2. Dwayne Bacon leads off against Mark Kaiser. Bacon batting in the 8th spot today. Body hasn't been batting it all year. And a pitch comes from Mark Kaiser. And Bacon shoots it on the ground to short. Tulowitzki will charge and throw on the run. And Bacon is safe. He beats it for an infield single. Bacon, switch-hitting center fielder, had that extra step coming from the left side of the batter's box. And he legs out his third base hit of the series to bring up Eric Rodlin. That's base hit number 5 off of Mark Kaiser. But Kaiser just been pitching spectacular baseball. The 4 runs the Travs have scored against him. It's just the second time in his last 6 starts he's given up 4 runs in a game. Never mind just 1 inning. Now it'll be Haynes. And a throw over to first, not in time. Another impressive streak Kaiser has running. Hasn't walked a batter in his last 26 and a third innings. Only 25 walks on the year in 109 innings worked. Bacon a big lead. Rodlin waiting, and there he goes. Pitch is a strike to throw to second base, not in time. Dropped anyway by the shortstop Tulowitzki as Bacon steals his league-leading 26th bag of the year. 0-1 count on Rodlin. Bacon now 26 for 33 in steal attempts. And an RBI chance for the Travs second baseman. Rodlin was 5 for 13 in the series with 3 runs batted in. Nobody out. Kaiser checking the runner, and he'll step off. We've got a balk called now on Kaiser. If he stepped off before he did that, he shook his shoulders and moved Bacon to third on the balk. Second balk Kaiser has committed this year. So Dwayne Bacon has moved from first base to third base with only 1 pitch. 4-0 Travelers. Let's see how the Drillers play this. Tulowitzki stays deep at short. Other infielders a couple of feet in. And the 0-1 to Rodlin is a fastball down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodlin last night, the only Traveler with 2 base hits, 2 singles, a run scored. Raised his average to 294 with 3 homers and 28 runs batted in. Straightaway stance. That resting carefully back in the 1-1 as a slider missing outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Rodman as Kaiser tried the back door. Bacon an infield single, steals second, moves to third on the balk. Kaiser looking for a ground ball. Here's the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a slow grounder to second. Bacon will hold. Coming on Macri to field, and he flips only about 15 feet for the out. One away, bringing Haynes to the top of the order. So still one out and a runner at third for Haynes. Even with a 4-0 lead, it is imperative for the Travs to bring in this one run, at least one run, and keep the pressure on the Drillers. Now the entire infield comes in. Haynes doubled in the first and scored on a Wood base hit. Here's the pitch, up high, ball 1. Haynes now 1 for 13 in the series and 11 for 37 as a Trav. Green left-hand batter. Guarding the plate a little. Here's a 1-0. Check swing and a sinker. It's low and outside. They appeal to the third base umpire. Funneman, he says no swing. 2 balls, no strikes. Certainly Kaiser looking for another ground ball or a pop-up. His strategy usually keeping balls low in the strike zone with that sinker. The 2-0 pitch to Haynes. A swing and a pop-up left side. Colonel drifts into foul territory. Ty Boykin gives him room, and Colonel makes the catch. That's the second out, and Bacon still holding at third base. Foul out brings up Peel. Travs yesterday had the bases loaded, no outs in the 8th inning, managed 1 run. Here in the second, even though it's 4-0, you want to give Mark Kaiser a thought that he is going to be able to work out of some jams. He'll go to the windup now, and Aaron Peel, the batter, pitches a slow slider in there, strike 1. Saw Orlando Cabrera, the shortstop for the Angels, have a straight steal at home against a right-hander a couple of days ago at Seattle. 0-1 pitch to Peel. That same pitch missed high. Slower breaking ball did not come under the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike on Peel. Peel grounded out in the first, really sacrifices that bat to move Haynes up. Here's the 1-1 from Kaiser. Fastball, a little foul fly ball in a straightaway center. Zarnicki drifting in a couple of feet. Easy catch, and the inning is over. Travs were set up for a golden chance to make it 5-0. Bacon at a single, a steal, moved to third and a balk with no outs, but could not bring him home. So no runs on 1 base hit, and Bacon stranded at third. After 2 innings at Raywinder Field, it's the Travelers 4 and the Drillers nothing on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Raywinder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Raywinder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Drillers designated hitter Judge Thigpen leads off the third. It is a 4-0 score. The Travelers grabbing a 4-run lead in the first inning. Nick Green comes home with a fastball for a strike against Thigpen, a right-hand batter with a couple of base hits over the series and 12 at-bats. 1-1 pitch from Green. The right-hander fires low, balls 1, and that pitch was really nowhere near the strike zone. Down 2-1 on Thigpen. Matt Macri on deck, then Troy Tulowitzki. Here's the pitch. And it's popped back this way over the press box, 2-2. Green working on a string of 6 consecutive outs after allowing an infield hit in the first inning of the first batter he faced. Thigpen, a .233 hitter. Here's a 2-2. Swinging a grounder to short. Wood, one step to his right. He's there to field it. His throw to first is on the money, and that's 7 in a row retired by Green. Coming into this year, Green, although you heard a little bit about Green, not one of the big-name prospects in the Angels organization as far as pitching is concerned. The other names are Stephen Merrick, Nick Adenhart, Jose Arredondo, Jared Weaver. Green may be getting his name recognized soon. Already equaled his previous 2 seasons with 7 wins this year between Arkansas and Rancho. Pitch to Matt Macri, swing and a miss, strike 1. Nick's got enough in the fastball, and it looks like he still has some room to grow. Here's an 0-1 to Macri. Fastball, popped it up, first base foul ground. Paulie drifts across the foul line, but that's out of play. On top of the roof, and it's 0-2. Nick listed at 6'4", and weighing 200 pounds. He has gained 20 pounds since he was drafted in 2004. Here's an 0-2 to Macri. Slider ripped foul onto the third base railing, still 0-2. Macri, a .240 batting average, 7 homers, 32 RBI. Looks like Green probably could tack on another 10 pounds or so. A little stronger. 0-2 to Macri. Slider 2 feet into the dirt. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on the Driller second baseman. On deck, Tulowitzki. 4-0 Travs, third inning. Green steps back, lifts the leg, comes home. The 1-2, a line drive to right field. It's a base hit. Nate Haynes can't cut it off. It gets up against the fence. He fields it cleanly. Here's Macri trying for second, and he'll beat the throw with a stand-up double. The way that Haynes was positioned, he was only about 25 feet off of the right field foul line, opening up a very large gap in right center. And that big gap is exactly where Macri put the ball for his 5th base hit of the series, his 9th double of the year. 1-out scoring opportunity for the Tulsa Drillers. To the top of the order in Troy Tulowitzki. The Drillers' offense didn't really get started yesterday until they got through the order the second time. Here's a pitch. Backing Tulowitzki off. Inside 1-0. Tulowitzki a single in the first inning. Really a slow ground ball that was perfectly placed between first and second. Green checking on Macri. Now the 1-0 is inside again to Tulowitzki. 2 balls, no strikes. Drillers yesterday had only 2 base runners their first time through the order. They would have 6 base runners the second time through. Here's a 2-0. And the fastball is low, ball 3. Green behind Tulowitzki, 3 balls, no strikes. It's the first 3-ball count that Nick has been to. On deck, Seth Smith and Joe Gaetti, 2 batters that are hitting very well these days. The pitch, and it's right down the middle for strike 3 and 1. Not right down the middle. It was maybe a little bit on the inside portion of the plate. You don't want to put it right down Broadway on 3-0. Green the high set, the pitch. A fastball swung on and tipped, strike 2. Green seemed to really rear back, knowing that on a fastball count, he needed to have either some movement on that pitch or a little extra mustard on it, and it looked like Green had a bottle of mustard in his back pocket for that pitch. A little Gulden's extra spicy. Arkansas leading 4-0 in the third inning. All 4 runs coming in the first. 3 of them on his 3rd straight homer by Greg Porter. Green coming back full. 3-2. Low walk Tulowitzki, and there's 2 men aboard for Seth Smith. So Green has set down 7 consecutive hitters. Right now 2 men reaching in a row in the third. Smith the batter. Slide out in the first. It's the 9th time in 19 at-bats this series he's been set down. Smith has made a living against Traveler pitching this year, hitting the Travs to the tune of 373 with 4 homers and 15 RBIs. Here's a pitch. Change up, Smith a check swing, and he did hold back. Ball 1. Smith with just under half his home run total and just under half his RBIs coming against Arkansas. Here's a 1-0, and it's in the dirt, dug out by Wilson. Ball 2. Nick Green, after throwing nothing but strikes the first time through the order, has missed with 6 of his last 8 pitches against the number 1 and number 2 batters for the Drillers. Smith has had a bevy of 2-0 counts to work with. In fact, 3 of his hits came yesterday on 2-0 counts. Here it is. A swing and a fly ball to left field, hit pretty well. Aaron Peel back at the warning track. He's underneath it, and he makes the catch. Back to second base quickly goes Macri. Tulowitzki has to run 90 feet from second base. There's no throw to first. It's too deep in the outfield. Smith got a hold of that pitch. Just missed getting it off the fence as Peel makes the catch on the warning track. 2 outs, and Joe Gaetti coming up. Ken Patterson visiting the mound. And even though Green recorded the out on Smith, a little disturbing trend there, falling behind him 2-0. In the papers today, Ty Boykin did criticize some of his pitchers' pitch selections in yesterday's loss, especially with 2 strikes. But when a pitcher has 2 strikes, especially ahead of the count, really that's when they have the opportunity to really have more options to throw different pitches on 2-0 counts, 3-1 counts. And for the most part, these Driller batters have been able to pigeonhole the Trav pitchers. Here's a pitch to Gaetti. He swings and misses with a heavy fastball, strike 1. Green challenged him then. In fiddle with the outsider inside corner. He got Gaetti to foul out of the first with a beautiful pitch. Now the stretch, Green checking second. And the 0-1. Gaetti takes it high, and it's a ball and a strike. Travs 4, Drillers nothing in the top of the third. Winner of this game wins the series 3-2. Travs haven't won a series against the Drillers this year, splitting 1 of 3. Here's a 1-1. Slider, a little rubber foul off the end of the bat. Not only did Green have Gaetti thinking it was a fastball, he was so far in front of that pitch that it looked like he just got a little sliver of the baseball with the bat. 1-2 to count. Off second, Macri from first, Tulowitzki. And the pitch, fastball just low, ball 2. 2-2 count. Green went for the strikeout there. He's got 1 strikeout so far, getting Tino Sanchez swinging on a changeup. But Nick does have enough on the fastball to blow it by a batter. And you think like that a high fastball would be a pretty nice weapon. 2-2 pitch. Change up, hit in the air to center field. Bacon is there to handle that one, and he makes the catch. Side retired for the Drillers. No runs on 1 hit and 2 men left. Travelers leading 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the third on Independence Day at Raywinder Field. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside. And not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the third inning at Raywinder Field on July the 4th. Bill Elson with you on the broadcast here in Air America, Little Rock, 1380. Travs scored 4 times in the first inning, still leading 4-0. Brandon Wood with the first RBI hit of the ball game. And his 59th run batted into the year, and Wood will lead off the third. Mark Kaiser delivers the first pitch of the inning. Big curveball for a called strike. Wood now with a hit in 10 of 11 games after his 9-game hit streak ended yesterday. Here's an 0-1. Lays off a slider low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Another news coming out of Cape Canaveral. Shuttle Discovery was able to launch off today. A 1-1 pitch, a slider outside, ball 2. And they wish the best for the 7-member crew of the Space Shuttle Discovery. First mission since 2003 for the Space Shuttle program. The 1-1 is 2-1 low and outside, ball 3 to Wood, a 3-1 count. Brown and Porter will follow. Wind up by Kaiser, he deals. Wood takes low, he'll walk. That is the first walk for Mark Kaiser in almost a month. It had been 3 starts and 26 in the third inning since Kaiser last walked a batter. And a leadoff walk to Brandon Wood, bringing up Matt Brown here in the third inning. Brown hit a ground ball in the first that forced the third baseman Colonel off the line. He stumbled to make the play. He was unable to get a force out at second, and Brown had an infield hit. First pitch flared over the first baseman, foul ground. Koshansky backing up towards the pen, and he drops the ball trying to make the catch over the shoulder. No error on that play. Pretty tough try for Koshansky. Although it almost looked like a wide receiver making an over-the-shoulder catch. Koshansky flips that ball into the first base crowd where a young girl with her father. She brought her glove out, caught it. 0-1 on Brown. Matt 8 for 15 of the series. Stretch and the 0-1 pitch to Brown. Fouled straight back. Good pitch by Kaiser. A fastball at the hand. And quickly Kaiser gets ahead 0-2. Mark Kaiser went to Lewis and Clark State in Idaho, the home state of Matt Brown from Coeur d'Alene. Kaiser shares the same hometown as last night's Traveler starter James Holcomb. Reno, Nevada. Here's an 0-2. Fastball, bouncing ball right side, picked up by Koshansky on the second bounce, throws to second for the out relay with a pitcher covering in time. That goes 3-6-1. Brown hits into the double play. Nice job by Koshansky. Good first baseman did not let the ball play him. He charged in on it, took it on the second bounce, had a nice clear line of sight to second, and Kaiser covers his position to handle Tulowitzki's throw. 2 away now in the third, and that'll bring up Greg Porter, who has homered in 3 consecutive at-bats, had a base hit in 6 consecutive at-bats. And the pitch. It's a curve, it's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Porter has now driven in 9 runs in his last 3 games. 3-run homer in the first inning, and here's the 0-1. Inside, a ball and a strike. Greg's on just one of those tears. Second time he's been on a tear like this, where it just seems that every time he comes to the plate, he's almost bigger than the situation. And Greg is quite large, standing 6'4", weighing 225, and right now it just seems that the ball is the size of a watermelon for him. 1-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup from Kaiser. Nice pitch. Strike 2. Yeah, how could you miss a watermelon? I think the trick would be, that, however, is that if you hit a watermelon with a bat, is trying not to get it all over you. Here's the 1-2 to Porter. Bringing a foul ball into the third base bleachers, hit the top railing of the bleachers. And still a ball and 2 strikes on Porter. If you're going to hit a watermelon, you might as well just bring a mallet, Gallagher style. and make sure everybody in the first row gets a tarp. The 1-2 to Porter. In the dirt, 2-2, as Kaiser went to a breaking ball. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom 3, the Travs 4, and the Drillers nothing. Kaiser is pitching carefully to Porter. Really hasn't challenged him yet. A 2-2. Slider fouled into the ground at the first base railing. And a piece of one of the flag buntings that is hanging on each railing down the third and first base line. Always a special day when there's bunting on the fence. And another 2-2 from Kaiser. Porter takes low, ball 3. Kaiser's already walked 1 here in the third, his first walk in 4 games. Wouldn't anticipate another. The 3-2 pitch, curveball, and a missed high, ball 4. A very, very close pitch. Kaiser came off the mound to accept the throw from the catcher Sanchez and looked like he was a little upset with the no strike call from David Rackley. Porter aboard for the 7th consecutive plate appearance. Now Bobby Wilson standing in. Wilson wide out in the first. He is 1 for 12 in the series. Kaiser from the stretch for the second time in the inning. Porter runs. Wilson is swinging a little foul ball off the end of the bat. Strike 1. Went after a slider, and on a hit and run, Wilson would rather go after a fastball, but at least he got a piece of it. Count is 0-1. Porter running with that last pitch. Not running now. Here's a curve, and it's high. Ball and a strike. Kaiser seems to use his curveball almost as an off-speed pitch. It's an overhand curve, dropping straight down. And he has missed high with a few of them. Throw to first base. Porter lunges back with a left foot. He's safe. Travs have a 4-0 lead in the third inning. 2 outs and another throw back. Porter is in there. Porter, a 3-run homer in the first. Brandon Wood, RBI single, 2 batters in front of him. Kaiser ready, and the 1-1 to Wilson. Look out, diving underneath. The fastball went down to the left knee. He did get out of the way of the ball. 2-1. Koshansky holding Porter, leaving a gap on the right side of the infield. Wilson looks to hit. Target goes high. The pitch. Curveball high. 3-1. Kaiser to 3-1. He hit 3 balls on 3 of the 4 batters here in the third inning. Right now, Mark Kaiser does not look very comfortable. Walks behind the mound, grabs the rosin, flings it to the backside of the pitcher's mound, leans in for the sign, comes set. 3-1 pitch. Porter goes. The pitch is lined through second base. A base hit to right field. Porter going first to third. And the right fielder, Smith, now picks up the ball, gets it to second, holding the runners at first and third base. Picture-perfect hit-and-run base hit. Wilson lined that ball right where Matt Macri had positioned himself, between first and second base. So with Porter running, Macri had to cover. Bobby Wilson with the Travelers' 6th base hit, and his runners at the corners for Matt Pauley with 2 outs. Pauley is 0 for 1. Bounced out to end the first inning. 3 for 14 in the series. Travelers stranded a runner at third at last inning. First and third now, 2 outs. And a pitch on the way. Pauley takes it over the outside corner, a called strike. A little backup fastball from Kaiser to get ahead. He has thrown a first pitch strike to all 5 batters of the inning, but has retired just 1 hitter, getting Brown to bounce into a 3-6-1 double play. 0-1 to Pauley. Backed away from a fastball at his knees, 1-1. Travs have kept the pressure on Kaiser every inning. He's not had an easy inning yet. In fact, he's been working from the stretch every inning. Leadoff man reaching 3 straight innings. 1-1 to Paulie. Curveball right down the pipe, strike 2. Paulie now behind, a ball and 2 strikes. 0 for 4 in last night's loss. A couple of hits in the Travelers' second game win Saturday night. They had been crouching over a little bit. Paulie still crouching slightly as Kaiser deals the 1-2 and strikes him out swinging with a slider. The inning is over. First strikeout of the night for Mark Kaiser. He pitches a scoreless third, leaving runners at first and third base. Ball game is 3 innings old, going into the 4th. Travs 4 and the Drillers nothing. This is Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every
Moe's Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Clark Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs and the Drillers are 3 innings in the books, heading into the top of the 4th. Arkansas 4, Tulsa nothing. Go through the totals this inning as Nick Green returns to the mound against Joe Koshansky. Green will wind and deal to the left-hand slugger and miss. Hey, get it out the knees. A called strike 0-1. Totals for the Drillers, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Tulsa stranding 3 men on the bases. Koshansky fouled down to the first. Here's the 0-1. That is low. A slider, a ball, and a strike. For the Travelers, 4 runs on 6 base hits, no errors. Arkansas leaving 3 men on base. All 4 runs coming in the first. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Koshansky takes it over the outside corner, called strike 2. Koshansky batting .298 coming into the game. Against the Travs, Koshansky batting over .400. Here's the 1-2. A swing and a pulled grounder foul off the first base railing, and it's still a ball and 2 strikes. Not too many people out today on July the 4th. Not that the Travs expected a huge contingent of fans this afternoon. We had over 4,500 last night. Here's the 1-2. Koshansky takes, and it just missed the outside corner. You'll never know it from Green and his emotions or lack thereof on the mound, but he must have thought he had that. That was a great pitch. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 called on the outside corner. A little delayed reaction from plate umpire David Rackley. Green thought he had the strikeout on the previous pitch, and he gets it on the second try. 2 strikeouts for Nick Green. Christian Colonel stepping into the plate. The fans at the ballpark reacting to the news that they just won a 3-gallon of windshield wiper fluid from Advance Auto Parts. Pitch to Colonel. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Colonel will ground out of the second inning. Green, now 3 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, a couple of base hits, not giving up a run. And the 0-1 comes to Colonel. Bringing a flare into center. Charging Bacon. Out from shortstop is Wood. Bacon to slide. He couldn't make the catch. They're going to say he caught the ball. First base umpire Larson charging at a short right field with a fist held high in the air, signifying Bacon made the catch. And it looked like what happened is that Bacon slid for the ball, and the ball popped out of his mitt, and somehow he was able to catch it on the rebound. That was a great effort by Bacon. We'll give him a star for that. And it looked like he caught it, bobbled, and then caught it again. 2 away. Zarnicki, the batter, in a pinch. Right-hander swings and misses at a high heater. 0-1. Nick Green has retired 4 in a row. Trying for his second perfect inning of the night. Here's the 0-1. No, time called just as he was winding up. 0-1 on Zarnicki, who popped out in the second. Green trying for an easy inning. The 0-1. Fastball is inside. 1-1. Green, a 35th round draft pick in 2004. 7-6 over his first 2 years. A 1-1 to Zarnicki. Slider missing under the knees. Good eye. Ball 2. Green shuttled between the pitching rotation and the bullpen the last 2 years in rookie ball and low A. The 2-1 pitch. Zarnicki is swinging a pop fly foul. End of the parking lot past the first base stand. 2-2. And it looked like with Green being a 35th round pick, the Angels weren't quite sure whether they wanted him in the bullpen or the rotation this year. In the Rancho Cucamonga rotation, and he's becoming a stalwart at Double-A. 2-2. Swing and a drive deep left by Zarnicki. Going to the corner. Peel chasing after it to the track. He makes the running catch. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down. Nick Green has pitched 4 shutout innings. And we'll take it to the bottom of the 4th on Independence Day. The Arkansas Travelers 4, the Tulsa Drillers nothing. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lake Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lake has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelake.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lake.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Bottom 4 at Ray Winder. Travelers leading 4-0 over the Tulsa Drillers here on Independence Day. They'll have quite a bit of cloud cover overhead. A couple of patches of blue off to the south. And it looks like we should be in the clear at least for a couple of hours to get out of the way of the scattered thunderstorms throughout the natural state. Bill Elson with you on the broadcast. Travelers and the Drillers finishing off a 5-game series. Tulsa leads Tulsa and the Travs have split the first 4. Tulsa leading the season series 13 games to 5. Dwayne Bacon leads off against Mark Kaiser. Kaiser throws a first pitch strike. Been a tough 3 innings for Kaiser, giving up 4 runs, all earned, on 6 base hits. Also his first 2 walks in almost a month. 0-1 to Bacon. Backs away. A fastball is inside, also high. 1-1. Kaiser has stranded 3 men on base, 2 of them in scoring position, and 1 double play turned and struck out 1 hitter. Bacon had an infield single in the second. This 1-1 pitch is low ball 2. Bacon led off the second with a grounder to short, beat the throw, then stole second, and Kaiser balked into third base. That was with nobody out. The Kaiser buckled down and got 3 outs, did not allow the run. 2-1 pitch. Bacon taking a called strike. A little bit under the letters, 2-2. Kaiser has not retired a leadoff batter yet. Now the 2-2 to Bacon. Swinging a fly ball to left field. Gaetti sees it, drifts back 2 feet, and the left fielder brings it in, and Kaiser gets the first out and faces Eric Rodland. Texas League games all later tonight. Yesterday's action in the league, Corpus Christi beat Midland 5-4 with Josh Bonifay going 4 for 4. Jorge Cortez had his 27-game hit streak stopped. That was the longest streak in the minors. Pitch to Rodland, pulled on the ground to first base, behind the back. Nice play by Koshansky, backhand, flips to Kaiser, and Kaiser is 2 feet in front of Rodland for the out at first. That goes 3-1, and a star for Koshansky on the play. Exhibiting nice range. Didn't have to dive for the ball. He lunged for it behind the bag. If he couldn't get to it, Rodland may have had an extra base hit, so the ball barely would have made it past the infield. The other 2 games in the league yesterday, Springfield losing their 8th and 9 tries, 8-1 against Wichita. Zach Greinke went the distance, struck out 12. And Frisco beat San Antonio 9-4 with Thomas Diamond striking out 9 batters in 5 innings. 2 homers by Rough Riders catcher Kevin Richardson. Top of the Traveler order, and Nathan Haynes. 1 for 2, a double in the first, scored a run. Fouled out last time up, a pitch. It's a fastball down the middle, strike 1. Haynes 1 hit in the series, scoring 3 times. Been on base a bit. Here's an 0-1. Tailing low and outside on a changeup, 1 ball, 1 strike. Haynes reaching on 2 errors by the second baseman Macri during this series, and has also walked 4 times. Even though just 1 hit, Haynes has been on base in 7 appearances. The pitch, a high fastball, 2-1. 2 outs and nobody on base for Haynes. Kaiser with his longest string of consecutive outs, 3 in a row. 2-1 pitch. Haynes is swinging a line drive, tailing away from the left fielder Zarnicki towards left center, and he makes a running catch. Nice running grab to end the 4th inning. First perfect inning by Kaiser today will send us into the 5th. So the Travelers take a 4-0 lead over the Drillers on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know. But think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Chicken dancing into the 5th inning at Raywinder Field. The Travelers 4 and the Drillers nothing. That was our nightly or daily chicken dance. Nick Green coming back for the 5th inning. He deals to Tino Sanchez outside. Sanchez, the number 7 batter, leads off the 5th for the Drillers. Green working on his string of 5 consecutive outs. He's retired 12 of the last 14. Here's a 1-0 to Sanchez. Low, ball 2. Sanchez, a strikeout victim, the final out of the second, and the only strikeout for Green in the first 3 innings before calling Joe Koshansky out of the 4th. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Sanchez fouls it away, and it's 2-1. Mentioned last inning, all the Texas League games are tonight except for here at Ray Winder Field. Corpus Christi and Midland, 7 p.m. Chance Douglas, the reigning Texas League pitcher of the week for the Hooks. Here's a 2-1. Swinging a foul back. Big cut by Sanchez, but a little late on the Green fastball. 2-2. Douglas, 5 wins, 2 losses. They'll be opposed by Midland right-hander David Bradley with 4 and 7. San Antonio fell behind Corpus Christi by a game. Here's a 2-2. Swinging a fly ball, center field. Hangs in the air for Bacon, a drift back, and he'll make the catch in front of the warning track, and that's 6 in a row set down by Nick Green. 1 away. Thigpen is next. San Antonio has Nate Mateo pitching at Frisco. 7 p.m. first pitch, and as usual, Frisco does not announce their starting pitchers. They're the only team in the league that never does. Wichita and Springfield, 7-10 first pitch. Wranglers leading that series 3-1. Pitch on the way to Thigpen. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, strike 1. Thigpen grounded out in the 3rd. He was the 7th straight out for Green before Matt Macri doubled. Now the 0-1 comes to the right-hander. Thigpen swings and pops it up behind first base. Matt Pauley crosses the foul line in the outfield, and Pauley makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Here comes Macri. Neil Musser pitching for the Wranglers, a record of 3-0. Chris Lambert for the Cardinals, he's 7-6. Each North Division team switching places after today. It'll be the Travelers taking on Wichita at Lawrence Dumont for 5. And the Drillers play host to Springfield for 5 games at Driller Stadium. Here's Macri. Broke up Green's string of 7 straight outs with a double in the 3rd. Pitch on the way. Fastball is outside, 1-0. Nick Green, 4 2/3 innings, allowing just 2 hits and no runs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Macri swings, hits a shot towards right center, charging in Bacon. He's going to let it fall in front, tries to leap to take the bounce. He's able to keep it in front of him, holding Macri to a 2-out single. And Macri is 2 for 2 with 2/3 of the Drillers' hit totals today. That'll bring up Tulowitzki, who also has been on base twice. The number 1 and the number 9 batters for the Drillers combined 3 for 3 with a walk. The 2 through 8 hitters are 0 for 12. No, pardon me, 0 for 14. Tulowitzki, the batter, and the pitch is sent towards the gap in right center again. That is easy to fall in there. Goes up against the fence. Bacon picks it, fires into second, holding Tulowitzki to first with a single. Over to third goes Macri. First and third for the Drillers as they threaten to score. Nice job by Bacon playing that ball off the fence, because if the ball was even bobbled slightly, Macri had a free pass to the plate. Not just that, but keeping Tulowitzki at first, and that'll hold open for a force out at second. Now Seth Smith coming up to the plate. Green dangerously fell behind Smith in the 3rd inning, 2-0. Threw a fastball, and Smith launched it to left field, where Aaron Peel caught it at the warning track. Smith has flied out twice today. He's been the toughest out of the series. 10 for 20. End of the stretch goes Green, and the pitch to Smith is low, ball 1. Positioning the infield, Rodland deep at second. Woods plays up the middle from short. Brown way off the line at third, 15 feet. Pauley holding a runner at first. 1-0 pitch to Smith. Fly ball, left field, hit well, towards the gap. Peel is there, and he makes the catch. Again, sending Peel just in front of the warning track. Green strands 2 more runners, 1 at first, 1 at third. There were 2 base hits, but halfway through this game, Nick Green and the Travelers hold a 4-0 lead over Tulsa. Bottom of the 5th on the way on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is just trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers and the Drillers have played halfway through this ball game. 4.5 innings in the book. Travs 4, Tulsa nothing. Start of the game so far. Nick Green, 5 shutout innings of work against one of the top offenses in the Texas League. Aaron Peel will lead off the fifth against Mark Kaiser. And the right-hander winds up and delivers a fastball. Peel jumps all over it and grounds it into left field for a base hit. Peel makes the wide turn, but Gaetti fielded it cleanly in left field. A leadoff single for the Traveler left fielder, and the leadoff man aboard for the 4th time in 5 innings. Travs still haven't scored since Greg Porter's 3-run homer in the first made it 4-0. They've had their opportunities, however. Leaving a runner at third in the second, and men to the corners in the third inning before Kaiser sets them down in order in the 4th. Here's Brandon Wood. Wood, RBI single in the first. Led off the third with a walk. Also scored a run. Kaiser comes set after allowing his 7th hit of the game. And the pitch to Brandon. Fastball at the letters. Strike one called. Kaiser looking for a ground ball. He got a double play in the third. 23rd double play behind Kaiser this year. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Wood. A swing and a fly ball to left field. Charging Gaetti. Falls in front of him. A base hit. Well hit ball by Wood. Gaetti overthrows the cutoff man, but it's backed up by Kaiser towards the pitcher's mound. Peel holding at second, and Wood now on base for the 3rd time today. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. Kaiser tried the slider, and Wood displaying those quick wrists, able to line it over shortstop. Base hit number 8 for the Arkansas Travelers. Kaiser has not given up more than 8 hits in a game since May 28th. When Corpus Christi collected 10 hits against them, but scored just 2 runs in 7 innings. Matt Brown standing in. Umpires shift with Plinneman covering third. Larson goes in front of second on the first base side. Double play depth on the infield, and Brown is 1 for 2. Here's a pitch. It's a curveball. It's a strike at the knees over the outside corner. Brown, an infield hit in the first, scored on Porter's homer. And then Matt followed Wood's walk in the third by hitting into a 3-6-1 double play, starting with a chopper to the first baseman. Kaiser lifts the leg, turns to second, doesn't throw. Peel walks back in. Neither Tulowitzki nor Macri are really holding Peel on base very aggressively, and Wood is left to roam at first. Peel takes a 7-set lead. The pitch to Brown, swing and a miss. A challenge pitch from Kaiser with a fastball for Brown to try to go after. Umpires shift again. Plinneman comes from third to cover in front of second, and Larson behind first. 4-0 Travs, 5th inning. Trying to bust it in front further. Kaiser has held them scoreless for 3 straight innings. 0-2 pitch. Brown, a swing and a liner in a shallow right, falling, a base hit. Coming on to field, it's Smith. Holding at third is Peel. The throw goes to second base, so the bases will be loaded with nobody out for Greg Porter. Ty Boykin played it a little safe, holding Peel at third base, and that's probably a smart idea. Seth Smith has a very accurate throwing arm. He's thrown out 9 runners on the season, even though he threw to second base. This sets up Greg Porter with nobody out, bases loaded. Porter has made it on base in 7 consecutive plate appearances. Brown with a single, 9 hits off Kaiser. Brown 2 for 3. 3 consecutive singles to start the 5th inning put Aaron Peel at third, Brandon Wood at second, and Matt Brown at first. Greg Porter has the only home run, only grand slam for the Travs this year. A game-winning grand slam late May at home against Springfield. Last 3 at-bats, 3 homers, although he walked last time to the plate. Kaiser will work from the stretch. And a pitch comes to Porter. He's looking. It's a strike over the outside corner. Porter did not look his usual aggressive self on that pitch. Almost looked as if he was going to force Kaiser to throw a strike. Kaiser has thrown nothing but strikes here in this inning. 4 strikes and 3 base hits. Here's an 0-1 to Porter. Swinging a foul ball out of play. Popped up over the bleachers. And quickly Porter gets in the hole 0-2. Porter's home run of the first over the right field screen monster. 12th home run of the year. He's on an unbelievable tear, covering 3 days. Kaiser ready. The 0-2 pitch. Porter takes it a little high. A fastball just above the letters. Count is 1-2 on Porter. No one warming up in the Tulsa bullpen, but you get the sense Kaiser is teetering. The 1-2 pitch. Porter swinging a miss, and he strikes out. A nice slider from Kaiser. A big strikeout, his second of the game. And the first time Greg Porter is set down since Friday. Now it's Bobby Wilson's chance with the bases loaded. Wilson, a single to right field last time up. He's 1 for 2. The bases loaded this season. Wilson is 1 for 2. 3 runs batted in. 1 out. 4-0 Travs in the 5th inning. Kaiser from the stretch. He comes home with a curve, and it's low. Ball 1. This is the second pitch out of the strike zone that Kaiser has thrown all inning. Wilson has driven in 29 runs on the year, looking for more. The 1-0 pitch. There's a strike with a slider at the outside corner, 1-1. Wilson turns to the plate umpire, Rackley. He needs to be displeased with the strike call. His zone may be a little inconsistent today. A 1-1 to Wilson. Swing and a flare into shallow center. Base hit just over McCree's outstretched glove. Peel scores. 1 base for the other runners. 5-0 Travs on Wilson's second base hit of the day. That barely got over Matt Macri. Macri had double play depth. Went back 3 steps, leaped in the air, reached out with a glove. It was just a couple of inches over the leather. RBI number 30 for Bobby Wilson. The base is still loaded with Wood at third and Brown at second base. Wilson at first for Matt Pauley. Pauley today is grounded to second and struck out swinging. Then a final out of both the first and third. Left-hand batter waiting, and Kaiser's pitch. He's a little high, went with a breaking ball. It's ball 1. There is a right-hander getting ready in the Driller bullpen of the moment. Jason Birch stretching his arm, windmilling around. Kaiser falling behind Pauley, 1-0. Lifts the leg, comes home. Pauley is swinging a line drive to left center field, a base hit. Scoring is Wood. Brown right behind him. A 2-run single makes it 7-0. 3 runs here in the 5th on 5 base hits, and Paulie collecting RBIs 23 and 24. 7 runs on Mark Kaiser. He had given up a total of 6 runs in his previous 3 starts. First and second for Dwayne Bacon, and Bo McLaughlin, the Tulsa pitching coach, out of the dugout for a talk with Kaiser. This is what the Travs have been waiting for the last 3 innings, as they've had opportunities in the second and third to really take charge in this game and get Kaiser out early and get into the Tulsa bullpen. But Kaiser was able to hold the Travs to no runs since the first inning, even though he had allowed 4 base runners. But here in the 5th, too many base hits. 5 base hits out of 6 batters to the plate. Dwayne Bacon gets another chance. Driller manager Stu Cole just lost a little bit. Is that Cole? No, that wasn't Cole. That was one of the Tulsa relievers who I think fell over in the Travelers dugout. He's okay. Pitch on the way to Dwayne Bacon. And it's low ball 1. It's that distinctive sound of the aluminum chairs in the dugouts either being thrown or somebody falling. Stu Cole is a very calm fellow, and he did not throw the chair. Somebody just fell out of it. Here's a 1-0 to Bacon. Swing and a fly ball in a shallow left center, charging Gaetti and Zarnicki. Gaetti gives way to the center fielder. Zarnicki brings it in for out number 2. Bacon 1 for 3 on the second out of the 5th inning. Here comes the 8th batter of the 5th inning, Eric Rodlin. Rodlin, at the moment, is the only Traveler today who has not been on base. Traveler batters with 11 base hits. There have been a couple of walks. Rodlin is 0 for 2. And a pitch to the left-hander on the outside corner for strike 1. Rodlin has grounded out twice. Last time to the plate, Rodlin pulled a ground ball behind first, and Joe Koshansky made a nice backhand stab and flipped to Kaiser for the out. Here's an 0-1. Rodlin takes low, a ball and a strike. Inning started with Aaron Peel, Brandon Wood, and Matt Brown each singling to load the bases for Greg Porter, but he struck out. Then Bobby Wilson hit a flare into shallow center for a base hit scoring Peel, and Paulie a 2-run single, bringing Brown and Wilson home. The pitch, and that is low. Actually, Wilson's still at second base. He brought home Wood and Brown. Two balls, 1 strike. Wilson checking the fielders, nobody holding him. He leads from second. Paulie from first. Kaiser's 2-1. Rodlin takes the fastball high. Ball 3. Birch continues to throw in the visiting bullpen. 3-1 to Rodlin. A swing and a high drive to deep right to the corner, but hooking, foul. It had the home run distance, but foul by about 25 feet as it hits the screen monster. Full count on Rodlin. Now, Kaiser has been such a dependable pitcher this year. He has pitched 6 or 7 innings in every one of his last 12 starts. Last time he was knocked out before the 5th inning was complete, way back April 24th. 3-2 pitch, runners go. Low, ball 4, third walk of the game for Kaiser. And the bases are reloaded for the top of the order, and Nathan Haynes. Bo McLaughlin stands out of his chair in the dugout, points out to the bullpen, signifying this may be the last batter Kaiser faces. Nathan Haynes has a chance to blow this game wide open. Bases juiced, 2 outs. Travs leading by 7. Haynes is 1 for 3. Hit the ball hard twice. And a pitch. Low and in. Almost got away from Kaiser. Went with a curve, and it was smothered by Sanchez. 1-0. Haynes started the first with a double to center and scored on Wood's base hit. Haynes fouled out of the 2nd. Line to center in the 4th. Kaiser ready. The 1-0 to Haynes. A fastball on the inside corner, strike one. Travs have had the bases loaded in 3 different at-bats here in the 5th inning. They brought home 3 runs. The 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball high, 2-1. Seven runs on 11 base hits for Kaiser. Most hits against them all year. One more run, it'll be his highest run total of the season. The stretch and the 2-1 pitch. Haynes a swing and a grounder foul to the first base railing, and it's 2-2. Kaiser's afternoon could hinge on this batter right here. He's already had a tough day. If he's going to get through 5 innings, he has to set down Haynes. A 2-2 pitch comes. A swing and a fly ball and a deep right. Not deep enough. Smith is in front of the warning track, and he makes the catch. Travelers, however, bring home 3 more runs with 5 base hits. They leave the bases loaded, and after 5 innings, it is all Travelers. Arkansas 7, Tulsa nothing on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the cafe?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller can call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
5 innings in the Big Bad scorebook. We're at the top of the 6th. It's all Travelers. 7-0 over the Drillers. A 4-run first inning. 3 runs coming home in the 5th. Meanwhile, Nick Green has shut down the Drillers to the tune of no runs on 4 hits over 5 innings. He has walked 1 batter, struck out 2. Joe Gaetti leads off the 6th and takes a change-up for a called strike, and it'll be 0-1. That was a slider, actually. Had a little late break on it. Gaetti fouled out, flied out. He's on a 9-game hit streak. And the 0-1, slow ground ball to left, picked up by Matt Brown from third base, is tossed across, will retire Gaetti. And Nick Green has set down every leadoff batter since the first inning. That's 5 consecutive leadoff batters set down, and it'll bring up Joe Koshansky. Check some of the Major League scores here on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Plenty of afternoon games, and some that will be starting shortly. Here's Koshansky, called out on strikes last time to the plate, fouled down to the first. Infield shifts. They play for Koshansky to pull on the right side. Here it is. High and away, a fastball, 1-0. End of 8 at Washington. Marlins leading the Nats 4-3. Pirates over the Mets 6-4. Mets have lost 5 of 6 as Green misses low of the breaking ball, 2-0. Game in the 8th inning at Shea Stadium. Pirates leading 6-4. Green winds, deals 2-0. And there's ball 3, a fastball riding outside and high. Milwaukee's 5-run fourth has stood against Cincinnati through 7 innings, 5-2. The pitch is a strike, and Koshansky now has a 3-1 count. Houston 2, the Cubs 1 in the 6th inning.
We've got a rain delay at Philadelphia, and the second was San Diego leading 1-0. The pitch to Koshansky is swung on and flied high, but medium depth to center. Dwayne Bacon is underneath it, and he'll make the catch. That's 2 outs in the 6th inning, and Koshansky is 0 for 3. So no finals yet in the majors. 2 games starting in about 5 minutes. The White Sox hosting Baltimore. Jose Contreras trying for his 9th straight win of the year and 17th consecutive win dating back to last season. Rodrigo Lopez pitching for the Orioles. Christian Colonel the batter, and here it is. Pops back this way onto the roof, strike 1. Colonel 0 for 2. Has grounded to short, fly to center. A nice sliding catch by Dwayne Bacon off Colonel's flare in the 4th. Green delivers 0-1. Fastball is fouled on the roof again, strike 2. Angels and Seattle start in 5 minutes at Safeco. Irvin Santana will take on Gil Mesh. Santana 8-3. Mesh is 7-4. That should be a good game. Here's Green's 0-2 to Colonel. Fastball taken high, ball 1. 15 minutes at Tampa Bay. Red Sox and the Devil Rays. Kurt Schilling and Casey Fossum as the pitch to Colonel is grounded foul into the visiting dugout or the visiting bullpen, where Jason Birch continues to warm up. Green lifts the leg. 21-year-old right-hander is 1-2. Up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Schilling, by the way, 10 wins, 2 losses, taking on the 3-3 Fossum, formerly of the Red Sox. A 2-2 pitch comes. Colonel fouls it back to the net. And it's still 2-2. Yankees in Cleveland, 5:05 Central Time. Sean Chacon, 4-2 for the pinstripes. Well, they won't be wearing pinstripes. They'll have their gray New York uniforms at Jacobs Field. The Tribe trying for their 4th straight win with Jake Westbrook on the hill. Another 2-2 from Green. Colonel takes it high. Runs a full count. Toronto and Texas, 7:05 Central Time. John Karanka just celebrated a birthday yesterday. Takes on 10-2 Roy Halladay of the Blue Jays. Here's a payoff to Colonel. A swing and a fly ball hanging in the air to right field. Haynes underneath it. Medium depth. Reaches up. 3 outs. And Nick Green has shut out the Tulsa Drillers on 4 hits through 6 innings. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Travelers 7, Drillers nothing on Air America. Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh?
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
First pitching change of the afternoon here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Drillers removed Mark Kaiser from the game, who had a rough 5 innings. They bring on Jason Birch. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T, provider of AT&T Wi-Fi wireless internet service at Raymonder Field all season long. Your wireless-capable laptop computer or PDA to the ballpark. Just head over to the Travelers box office, ask for a free coupon. As long as we have them left, we'll hand you a coupon for free Wi-Fi internet access That'll last the entire ball game. Learn more about AT&T Wi-Fi online at att.com. And think about setting up your own wireless network at the house or in the office. Roam freely and surf freely. Jason Birch comes on for the Drillers. Tall, right-hand pitcher. Listed at 6'5". I'd say about 2/3 of his bodies are all legs. Birch enters his 28th game of the year, 2 wins, 4 losses, and a .526 earned run average. Leading off Aaron Peel. And the first pitch from Birch is a fastball low. Mark Kaiser in line for the loss. Gives up 7 runs on a season-high 11 base hits in 5 innings, one of his shorter appearances of the year. A 1-0 pitch to Aaron Peel. He takes it high, ball 2. Peel started the 3-run rally in the 5th with a leadoff single. He's the 4th Traveler leadoff man to reach. He's trying to become the 5th now. Peel 1 for 3, followed by Wood and Brown. Birch from the stretch, the 2-0. Peel is swinging a short liner past the shortstop into left field, a base hit. Base hit number 12 for the Arkansas Travelers. That is double their hit total from last night's loss. And remember, they had 6 hits in 9 innings yesterday. They've got 12 hits in, now, still less than 6 innings today. Brandon Wood coming up. Wood, 3 plate appearances, 2 singles, a walk, an RBI, and a couple of runs scored. Set up for a rather big game already, very productive. Peel away from first, short lead, the pitch. Swinging a 5th, strike 1. Chase one in the dirt. Still got a piece of it, however. Saw Birch earlier in the series. His second appearance. Here it is. Low and inside to Wood as he backs away, 1-1. Wood named the Texas League Player of the Week. The week ending on Sunday. Hit 3 home runs during that week. Drove in 8. Birch, a high set position. 1-1, swing and a miss. Moving fastball from Birch started inside to Wood, and he swung right through it. 1-2 to count. He'll know we're going off the first base. So look for 2 on the infield. Here's the 1-2. Throwing in a grounder, smothered at third by Colonel on a dive from his knees, throws to second, and the force out on Aaron Peel goes 5-4. Spectacular play by Christian Colonel, robbing Brandon Wood of his 3rd hit of the afternoon. With a beautiful piece of hitting by Wood as well, taking a fastball that was coming low and in, and still pulling it hard behind third base. And Colonel made a better play than Wood made a swing. Wood will reach on the fielder's choice. 5-4 on the force out at second. Give Colonel a star for that play. Now it'll be Matt Brown. Brown singled and scored in the 1st inning. Bounced into a double play in the 3rd and had a base hit and a run on the 5th. Here's a pitch. Low from Birch, ball 1. Birch pitched in the first game of this series Friday night. Travelers won it 14-7. Birch had a tough time. He gave up 3 runs in 2 1/3 innings. The 1-0 to Brown. Fastball low, 2-0. Birch had come on in the 3rd inning on Friday. Brown had an RBI single against him, and again, he gave up 3 runs. Wood a short lead, the pitch to Brown. There's a strike at the knees. It's 2-1. Trav 7, Drillers nothing in the bottom of the 6th. Big offensive display today by Arkansas. Started in the 1st. Brandon Wood RBI single. Brought home Nathan Haynes. Greg Porter at a towering 3-run homer. 2-1 to Brown. Swinging a grounder to third base. Behind the bag, Colonel. Throws to second for the out. Macri's relay to first. Double play. Second double play Brown bounces into tonight. in feast or famine for him. The Travelers in the 6th inning get no runs on 1 base hit. And scoreless for the 4th inning of the 6th we played. However, the Travelers take a 7-0 lead into the top of the 7th on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwest Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
And it's 6 innings in the Big Batch scorebook at Raywinter Field in Little Rock, Arkansas. Travelers cruising through the first 6 innings to a 7-0 lead. Bill Elson with you on the broadcast today. We've got Benny Petrie back at the studios on July 4th. Hope you're having a safe holiday. It's been a fantastic weekend for baseball here in Little Rock with 4,500 people at the park last night. We haven't announced the attendance today, but it might be about 1,500. Jordan Zarnicki leads off the 7th inning, and Nick Green fires a fastball. Zarnicki punts it high to right field. Going back is Haynes at the wall. It is over his head, bounces away from Haynes into the bullpen. Zarnicki has an easy triple as Haynes now fires towards first base, and Zarnicki's already standing at third with his 3rd triple of the season. So this is the closest that the Drillers have come to scoring. Just the 2nd man to reach third base off of Nick Green. And only the 5th base hit he's allowed. Really nothing Haynes could have done. That ball just seemed to keep carrying towards the corner. And Haynes, who was at the warning track, seemed like he was a little bit surprised by how hard that ball bounced off the wooden fence and away from him, giving Zarnicki an easy 3-base hit. Now Tino Sanchez will step in. Infield plays back. Give up a run for an out. Sanchez is 0 for 2. Leadoff man reaches for just the 2nd time for Tulsa. And a pitch from Green is high, ball 1. We'll get some action in the Traveler bullpen. Green has now thrown 87 pitches through 6+ innings. And Bobby Zimmerman will start to get ready. The 1-0 to Sanchez. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Green has been very effective with his fastball and his changeup. His slider also has been a nice pitch today. Sanchez has struck out, fly to center, left-hand bat. Here's the 1-1. Change up, hit deep to right field, sending Haynes back. It is over his head again, and it is gone. It's a home run for Tino Sanchez. A 2-run shot that'll get the Drillers within 5. Tino Sanchez, his first home run with the Drillers this year, in just his 2nd game with Tulsa. He touches the plate, and that makes it 7-2. Green may have left the changeup out over the plate. Even though Sanchez was still in front of it, he got it over the right field wall. Pigpen the batter, and Green's fastball is high, 1-0. The 6th home run Green has allowed at Double-A. 2nd hit by a Driller. The 1-1 swing and a miss. That was a 1-0 fastball. Now it's 1-1. Chris Ionetta took Green deep back in his 2nd Double-A start on June 9th when the Drillers beat Nick 5-0. 1-1 comes to Thigpen. check swing and a curve. Did he go? Yes, said the first base umpire, Barry Larson, strike two. Big Ben is grounded to short, fouled out to first. Green looking for the first out of the seventh inning. Here's the 1-2. Slider caught him looking, strike three. Third strikeout for Green. Had that nice late break on the slide piece. And now facing Matt Macri. It is not Zimmerman throwing in the bullpen now. Instead, it is Daniel Davidson getting ready. Zimmerman threw a couple of warm-ups, but then Davidson replaced him on the left mound in the home bullpen. Macri, 2 for 2, a double and a single. Pitch to the right-hand batter is in there, called strike. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Green quickly back to work. Lifts the leg, comes home. Fastball popped up out of play. On the first base route, strike two. Green looking to rebound after allowing a triple and a homer to the first two batters of the seventh inning. The 0-2. Slider ripped past third, but foul. Foul by about 5 or 6 feet. Line drive from Macri, but he was a little in front of it, and it's still an 0-2 count. Travelers and Drillers wrapping up the 5-game series today. Arkansas winning the first and the third games of the series. The Drillers win in the second and the fourth. 0-2 pitch. Macri a swing and a fly ball rising to right field. Haynes at the warning track. At the wall. Leaping. He caught it. And there's 2 away. Haynes must feel like that right field fence is just looming over top of him every play here in the seventh inning. That's the third time that Haynes has been forced to go back to the warning track, but the first time he is able to bring in a high hit ball. 2 away, and Macri retired for the first time. There goes pitching coach Ken Patterson running out to the pitcher's mound as he was sent out there by Ty Boykin. Daniel Davidson continuing to throw. Troy Tulowitzki will be batting. Then it'll be Seth Smith. And I believe that if Smith comes to the plate, Ty Boykin would like to have a left-hander face him. That's why Davidson is getting ready. So Green looks to set down Tulowitzki for the first time. 2 singles and a walk for the Driller shortstop. Here's a pitch. A fastball swung through and missed, 0-1. Very late cut by Tulowitzki and seemed to decide to swing pretty late. 0-1 the count. 7-2 Travelers in the seventh inning. Here's the 0-1 from Green. Tulowitzki takes it outside. It's 1-1. A 1-1 delivery. Curveball inside. Green with a 2-1 count on Tulowitzki. Davidson seems to be ready to go in the bullpen. Green steps back and delivers. The 2-1 is high, ball 3. He may be losing some of the touch now. Green is coming close to 100 pitches. The 3-1. Tulowitzki takes high, ball 4. Third base runner of the inning, and just the second walk of the night for Green. Both of them were delivered to Tulowitzki. This is going to be it for Nick. Tyrone Boykin reluctantly out of the dugout. He would love to see Green go 7 innings. But Green runs out of gas here in the 7th, allowing 2 runs, 2 hits, and a base on ball. Getting the call, Daniel Davidson. Green leads to a chorus of cheers. An outstanding performance by the 21-year-old right-hander from Tifton, Georgia. Green leads with the Travelers ahead 7-2. We'll take a 60-second break for the AT&T call to the bullpen on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out AT&T.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, If ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service costs are covered via high-speed internet or credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF costs and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com for other details. Not available in all areas.
Daniel Davidson gets the call from the bullpen. Brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Davidson trying to deliver the last out of the 7th inning. After Nick Green walked Troy Tulowitzki, bringing up the left-hand batting Seth Smith. Davidson was a starting pitcher for the Travs in 2005. Was the opening day starting pitcher this year for the Travelers. That is now in the bullpen, where he has pitched very well. The 4th outing for the bullpen from Davidson. He's allowing 1 run on 5 hits in 5 innings. He inherits Tulowitzki at first, and Seth Smith coming up to the plate. Smith 0 for 3, following a night where he was 4 for 5. Hit the ball hard 2 times off Green, and now facing a left-hander. Davidson delivers. It's a slider for strike 1. Weeping breaking ball from Davidson to get ahead. Daniel, 18th appearance, 4th as a reliever. 1-7 record, 5.97 ERA. Target goes on the outside corner, and the 0-1 pitch is pulled on the ground to second base. Rodlin moves up the middle, fields it cleanly, throws to first for the final out of the 7th inning. Drillers scored 2 runs in the 7th on 2 base hits. They strand a man. We'll go into the 7th inning stretch. It's the Travelers 7 and the Drillers 2 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman 2nd class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
Moving into the last of the 7th inning on July 4th, the Travelers 7 and the Tulsa Drillers 2. Travs out hitting Tulsa 12-6. Drillers just got their first couple of runs in the 7th inning on the 2-run homer by Tino Sanchez. So Nick Green's line is complete. 21-year-old right-hander goes 6 2/3, giving the Drillers 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 runs, struck out 3. Green in line for what would be his 3rd win at Double-A. Jason Burt, the reliever for the Drillers, in his 2nd inning of work. He'll face Greg Porter. Struck out of the 5th inning. First time he's been set down in 7 plate appearances. Pitch from the right-hander, and Porter takes outside, ball 1. Porter had 2 homers and 2 singles in the 2nd game win on Saturday. Started today with a 3-run homer over the Screen Monster to make it 4-0 in the 1st. Here's a 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball rising into left field, but not deep enough. Gaetti coming in 20 feet in front of the track. He makes the catch, and Porter is 1 for 3. Leadoff man set down, bringing up Bobby Wilson. And Wilson collected an RBI single in the fifth. He's 2 for 3 after collecting only one hit in his first 12 at-bats in the series. Birch from the stretch. And his first delivery to Wilson, low and inside, ball 1. Mark Kaiser, the Driller starting pitcher, knocked out after 5 innings. It was his third shortest start of the year. 1-0 from Birch to Wilson. A fastball foul tipped off the umpire, and I'm not sure where that caught David Rackley. And it looked like it stung him on his right side. Out. A couple of shouts of encouragement from the stands. Telling Rackley to stay in there, Blue. This is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to an umpire at this baseball park. Sanchez gave Rackley a couple of extra moments to shake that off. Wilson back into the plate. No one on for Wilson, 1 out. And the 1-1 from Birch. Ooh, big slider, strike 2. That is a lot of movement. Action in the Tulsa bullpen. Right-hander Gentry Beckstead getting ready. He'll be the third pitcher of the afternoon for Tulsa. 1-2 from Birch. Wilson on the curve, hits it in the air to center field, right towards Zarnicki, and he's underneath it already to make the catch. 2 outs in the 7th inning. Birch has set down 4 batters in a row, and that is the longest stretch of consecutive outs by the Drillers pitching staff today, tying him with Kaiser, set down 4 in a row from the 3rd through the 5th. The Travs offense has really been on top of things today. And a man reach in all but 1 of the previous 6 innings with Birch. It's 2 quick outs here in the 7th. Now Matt Pauley is at the plate. Pauley delivered a 2-run single last time up with the bases loaded in the 5th inning. Here's a pitch. Swinging a flare over third base, shallow left to the line. Gaetti charging. It falls, and it's a base hit for Pauley. Matt's second base hit of the afternoon. The Travelers' 13th. And a little blooper for Pauley, bringing up Dwayne Bacon. Bacon is 1 for 3. Second inning infield single to short. He would move to third base on a steal and a balk. It did not score. Since then, Bacon has flied to left into center. Quick hitter bats left hand against Birch. Birch singles his right arm, stands tall. Sign is accepted. Pauley leading away. Here's the first pitch to Bacon. It's low, ball 1. I mentioned earlier the Travs get on the luxury liner tonight, not immediately after the game, but around 6:30. They'll be heading down to Wichita through Tulsa and get in tonight somewhere around midnight. 1-0 to Bacon. And it's a fastball tailing on the outside corner, strike 1. 5 games at Wichita before the Travs return to Raymond Field July the 10th. Start a 7-game homestand with 4 games against San Antonio and 3 games against Corpus Christi. 1-1. There goes Pauley. Taking a swing and a foul ball into the North Point Volvo patio past left field, and it's 1-2. Those games at Wichita, you always have different start times at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Wednesday and Thursday will begin at 7:05. Friday to 7:30 start time. Saturday back to 7:05, and then Sunday finishing off the series at 12 noon. The Travs host San Antonio Monday, July 11th. Monday, July 10th. Birch a high set, and the 1-2 to Bacon. Low and dug out of the dirt by Sanchez, 2-2. Got a free ticket night coming up during the next homestand. Wednesday, July 12th, free tickets at Pulaski County Arby's Restaurant. It'll also be Humane Society night, Ready Ice Family Discount night, and UAMS night. We should have a rather large crowd on Wednesday, July 12th. Another 2-2, Paulie on the move. A swing and a miss on a slider, and Bacon strikes out to end the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We've played 7 innings, going into the 8th. Travelers lead at 7-2 over Tulsa on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Sowell. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks SKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Hits on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, grab souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers take a 7-2 lead into the top of the 8th inning at Raymonder Field. July 4th special 1:30 start time. We are 2 hours into the ball game. It has been very well pitched on the Arkansas side. Nick Green went 6 2/3 innings, holding the Drillers, the top-scoring team in the league, to 2 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, struck out 3 batters. Daniel Davidson came on for the final out of the 7th, inducing Seth Smith ground out to second base. Davidson returns for the 8th. Joe Gaetti, Joe Koshansky, and Christian Colonel, the 3, 4, and 5 batters, will face Davidson. From the stretch, Davidson deals a strike on the inside corner. And Davidson will be working from the stretch for the rest of the season. He's been going from the wind, of course, as a starting pitcher. Gaetti 0 for 3, his 9-game hit streak on the line with this at-bat. The pitch. Inside, 1-1. Gaetti a foul out, fly to center, ground to third. The 3, 4, and 5 batters for Tulsa have gone 0 for 9 today. Here's the 1-1. Gaetti a check swing ground ball slow towards short, cut off by Brown. Bare hand throws on the run, and he gets him at first. Great play by Matt Brown. 5-3, 2 stars for Brown on that play. Wood, playing at his normal shortstop depth, had no chance to make that play charging in. It was Brown or bust. Brown cut across from third base, fielded it on the infield grass bare hand, and in the thick infield grass here in Little Rock, that is no small feat. And a very accurate throw, keeping Gaetti off the bases. He's 0 for 4. Now the number 4 batter, Joe Koshansky, 0 for 3 after driving in 4 runs last night. A foul out, called out on strike, and he is fly to center. Davidson delivers and backs him away with a fastball inside, 1-0. Beckstead still warming up in the Tulsa bullpen. The Traveler pen is quiet. There's a 1-0 pitch to Koshansky. There's a slider at the letters, a strike, 1-1. Texas League games have not started yet. All night games except here. 7 o'clock at Midland. 7 o'clock at Frisco. 7:10 at Springfield. 1-1 high, 2-1. It would be the Hooks and the Rockhounds at Citibank Park. Hooks a 1-game lead over second place San Antonio in the South. The Missions take on last place Frisco at 7. 2-1 pitch. Koshansky takes 3-1 and a fastball outside. At Springfield, 7:10 first pitch. Wichita, first place, 7-4 in the North. 1 game better than Tulsa. Travs is 4-7 or 3 games back, and the Cardinals have lost 8 of 9, falling to 5 games out of first. 3-1 pitch for Koshansky. A swing and a chopper outside first, foul ball, and it's 3-2. Koshansky back in there. Davidson has set down both men he's faced. Payoff pitch. Bringing a pop-up out of play. Just over the bleachers and over to the American Red Cross building just past the third base seat. Had our attendance announced at 2,427 today. And really, July 4th games in Little Rock just do not draw that much. 3-2 pitch. Foul ball at the plate. It dribbles into fair territory, but it got a piece of Koshansky while he was still in the batter's box. Still 3-2. So much going on this time of year in Central Arkansas, no matter what you like to do. Plenty of people at the lake, the river, on their boats, at the beach, and barbecuing in the backyard or getting ready for the fireworks downtown. And just imagine next year we'll be able to see those fireworks in Dickey Stevens Park, perfectly framed by the bridges. 3-2 again. Swinging a ground ball to first base. Goes between the legs of Matt Pauley after bouncing off the lip of the grass. It goes to right field. Haynes picks it up. Koshansky will hold, and it'll be an error charged to Matt Pauley. Error number 4 on Pauley. The first Traveler error since the second game of Saturday's doubleheader. Now that opens up the door for the Drillers as Christian Colonel stands in the eighth with a man out and a man on. Travs leading by 5, 7-2. The first time that any of the 2, 3, 4, or 5 batters have reached base for Tulsa. Pitch on the way to Colonel. There's a strike from Davidson on the inside corner. Colonel is 0 for 3, grounding to short and flying out twice. One of those flyouts, a spectacular sliding catch by Dwayne Bacon in the 4th inning. Now the 0-1 from Davidson. Broken bat flare on the infield. Second baseman Rodlin right behind second makes the catch. Great pitch by Davidson. And Colonel will not be using that bat any longer. This will bring Jordan Zarnicki up. Zarnicki scored the first Driller run after leading off the 7th with a fly ball deep to right. It bounced off the fence and away from Nate Haynes. Zarnicki would triple and score on the front end of Tino Sanchez's 2-run homer. 2 outs. Top 8. Zarnicki a right-hander. Davidson the southpaw comes set. Andio. It's inside, ball 1. And I mentioned earlier how I thought that the addition of Daniel Davidson and Chris Hunter into the Traveler bullpen really provides a boost. 2 pitchers that I think have shown the ability to get outs over the course of an inning or 2. Here's a pitch, and it's fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, we haven't seen Hunter come out of the bullpen yet. That's because he pitched Saturday in Game 1. Hunter will be available out of the bullpen during the Wichita series. 1-1 pitch. Zarnicki takes low, ball 2. Out of the original starting rotation the Travs had at the beginning of the year, there's only one who's still in the rotation. That's James Holcomb. The 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3, and pardon me, there's actually a second. Jesse Smith also in the rotation. Smith has been pitching very well recently. Close call on that last pitch. It's 3-1 on Zarnicki. Off first, Koshansky, 2 outs. The pitch is hit high in the air. Left field. Peel drifting to the foul line with the shades down. Underneath it, he makes the catch. Side retire. Not much for the Drillers in the 8th. Just a man reaching on an error, and that's it. Bottom of the 8th on the way. The Travelers lead 7-2 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
AmeriProd Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriProd features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriProd consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mat, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like PARK, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Branch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Third pitcher of the afternoon for the Tulsa Drillers is Gentry Beckstead. He'll come on in the 8th inning with the Travs leading by 5 runs. The score is 7-2. Travs got ahead 7-0 after the first 5 innings, knocking Tulsa starter Mark Kaiser from the game after the 5th. 4 runs for the first. RBI single by Brandon Woods. Plated Nathan Haynes, who led off the first with a double. Greg Porter, a towering 3-run homer onto the Mills Freeway, made it 4-0 on Porter's 12th of the year. Then in the 5th, the Travs loaded the bases with no outs. 3 runs would score, one of them on a Bobby Wilson blooper past the drawn-up infield. And Matt Pauley delivered a 2-run single in the 5th. Both Driller runs coming in the 7th on Tino Sanchez's 2-run homer. Jason Birch pitched the 6th and the 7th for Tulsa, giving up no runs on 2 hits and a strikeout. Gentry Beckstead will take it for the 8th. Beckstead, a right-hand pitcher from Sandy, Utah. He'll be appearing in his 22nd game all out of the pen with 3 wins and a loss, 4.35 ERA. Eric Rodlin leads off, takes the pitch outside, ball 1. Rodlin 0 for 3. Walked in the 5th, he's 0 for 2. 2 ground outs. And here's a 1-0 from Beckstead. Low, ball 2. Travs win this game. They win the series against the Drillers. It'll be their first series win against Tulsa all year. The pitch. Foul ball over the bullpen in left field, and it's 2-1. The last time the Travs won a series was June 2nd through June 4th, 1 month ago, taking 2 of 3 from the Midland Rockhounds. Here's a 2-1 to Rodlin. Swinging a foul back. Underside of the roof, rattles around the rafters and drops next to the bleachers. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Travs have won just 2 series all year, taking 4 of 5 from Wichita in the second series of the season, and that series against Midland last month. The pitch inside to Rodlin makes it a full count. Dark skies starting to loom overhead past the southeast. It looks like there may be some rain in those clouds. It's getting pretty dark way down south. Here's a 3-2. Rodlin takes outside walk. Second walk for Rodlin today. Leadoff man aboard again. Nate Haynes will come up. The clouds above the ballpark right now are pretty bright. In fact, it looks like the sun is coming over the right field corner. It's warming things up a little. Down to the southeast. Looks like it's getting a little wet. Haynes is 1 for 4. Doubled to start the first inning, scored on the Wood base hit. No hit since then. Here's a pitch. Swinging a fly ball high down the left field line, slicing. Goes to foul territory. Gaetti runs out of room as the ball falls in the patio, and it's strike 1. Drillers, meanwhile, it has been a while since Tulsa lost a series. They lost 3 of 5 to Wichita June 10th through June 14th. And they split with Springfield, took 3 of 4 from Midland. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul over the bleachers again, and that'll be 2 strikes on Haynes. This would be a very big series win for the Travs, considering that they came off a road trip going 2-7 and then coming to Little Rock, where even with the 2 wins in this series, the Travs are still just 11-25 at home on the year. Pitch to Haynes, ground ball to second, should be 2. McCree over to Tulowitzki. The first out, relay to first in time, and Haynes grounds into the 4-6-3 double play. Third double play behind the Driller pitching staff this afternoon. Matt Brown had bounced into the other 2.
Now it's Aaron Peel. Peel is 2 for 4. And a ground out and a fly ball to center in his first 2 appearances, but then his 2 singles and a run scored in his last 2. 2 outs, nobody on now. And Winfrey Beckstead from the bench. His slider is swung on and missed, strike 1. When the Drillers come on to bat in the 9th inning, they'll have Tino Sanchez leading off. 7, 8, and 9 batters. Sanchez, Thigpen, and McCree. They'll need at least 5 runs to tie. 0-1 pitch to Peel. Swinging a little number foul after a slider was off the end of the bat. Peel at the moment 9 for 17 in the series. 26 hits in his last 17 games and right on the ball. The 0-2. Fastball high. Peel's average above 280 now. He started the game at 280. Aaron's average has risen from about the low 250s into the mid 280s during this stretch of 17 games. Steady player, 1-2 pitch. A chopper foul. It's off the third base railing. Quiet afternoon at the ballpark. Crowd that had reason to cheer in a couple of innings. They gave Nick Green a nice rousing ovation when he walked off the hill in the 6th. Or the 7th. 1-2 to Peel. Swing and a hit. He got a piece of it, a slider. He went into the dirt after Peel hit it. Still 1-2. It was great to see the crowd react to Green, who I think is starting to get a bit of a following amongst the hardcore Traveler fans. This was Nick's second start at Ravender Field. He made 4 previous starts on the road. Another 1-2 from Beckstead. He'll take that slider in the dirt, and it skips away from Sanchez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lot of the Traveler hardcore fans, they'll listen to the broadcast, but I think they like to get a sense of how a pitcher performs in person before really making up their minds. I think they like Green. 2-2 to Peel. Swinging a grounder to first base. Behind the back, Koshansky backpedals to make the play. Sprints to the base and beats Peel for the out. So the Travs go scoreless for the final 3 innings. And we'll take a 7-2 lead into the top of the 9th inning. Travs looking to win this series from Tulsa. They'll do so with 3 outs before the Drillers score 5. We'll go to that 9th inning next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try to like beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the 9th inning, Travs looking to close it out against the Drillers. Arkansas 7, Tulsa 2. Daniel Davidson returns for his 3rd inning of relief. He's gone an inning and a third so far, allowing just 1 man to reach. That was on a fielding error. Trying to hold on to the lead for Nick Green to get his third AA win. Tino Sanchez, Judge Thigpen, and Matt Macri are scheduled to bat against Davidson. Tulsa, who holds the third highest team average and the most amount of runs in the league, has been held to 2 runs on 6 hits today. Sanchez, switch hitting catcher. It's the first pitch from Davidson down the left field line for a base hit. Over towards the line, Peel into foul territory, picks it up in the warning track. His throw to second base will not beat Sanchez as he scampers in with a stand-up double. So Sanchez with 6 bases in his previous 2 at-bats, a home run and a double. He's 2 for 4. That's the first hit off Davidson and the 7th of the afternoon for the Drillers. Now Judge Thigpen will step up. Thigpen is 0 for 3. Struck out looking last time. It was a final strikeout for Green. Green finished with 3 wins. Davidson checking the runner. He deals. Did he hit him? It was inside. He missed his elbow. Ball 1. Thigpen 2 for 15 in the series with 7 strikeouts. Here's the 1-0. Change up inside and low. Ball 2. Green went 6 2/3. Davidson an inning and a third so far. Walking lead by Sanchez. The 2-0 to Thigpen. Foul tip into the screen. 2-1. Four runs in the first. The Travs scored 3 in the 5th. Tulsa's 2 runs came in the 7th. High set by Davidson. The 2-1 to Thigpen is wide. Ball 3. 3-1. On deck, Matt Macri. Now the 3-1 pitch. There's a chopper to third base. Backhand by Brown. Next to third. His long throw is dug out of the dirt by Pauly for out number 1. And Sanchez holds at second base. Good play by Brown. Plays those short hops very well. Third baseman have to play those weird bounces, and Brown does it about as well as any third baseman in the Texas League. 1 away. Here's Macri. Then a tough out. Macri a double, a single. Last time up to the plate of the 7th. Macri sent Nate Haynes back to the right field wall where he made a leaping catch. At second base, Sanchez. Davidson is delivering the pitch. And it's fouled back, strike 1. Macri has had an outstanding series at the plate. 6 for 13. Raised his average from 233 to above 240. Now the 0-1 from Davidson. Macri a swing and a miss on the Davidson changeup. Strike 2. Daniel Davidson has struck out 51 hitters in 89 innings coming into the game. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. A 1-2 count on the 9-batter Macri. Troy Tulowitzki on deck. He's been on base 4 times today. 7-2 Travs, 9th inning, 2 outs to go. The 1-2. Macri a chopper foul off the plate. He runs along that third base railing where a couple of fans are able to stop it before it gets to the visiting bullpen. Still 1-2 on Macri. That dark cloud starting to hover overhead center field. It's getting darker by the minute. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Flare by Macri, foul. Just scraped the side of the roof on its way into the grandstand at first base. Still 1-2. The wind is blowing in from center. The flags on the scoreboard are starting to flutter hard in from left. 1-2 pitch. Broken bat flare on the infield. Brown at third makes the catch. 2 outs in the 9th inning, and a great sequence there by Davidson. Ends up shattering Macri's bat. Here comes Tulowitzki. One more out, and the Travs can celebrate their first series win over the Drillers. It'll be their first series win against Tulsa since the 3-game sweep in the first round of the playoffs last year. Tulowitzki, the batter. 2 walks, 2 singles. And the pitch from Davidson. Fastball inside, 1-0. Green would get the win. Kaiser would get the loss. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's low, ball 2. 2-0 count on Tulowitzki with Seth Smith on deck. Sanchez leads from second with his hands on his hips. No one holding. Davidson gets the sign. The 2-0 to Tulowitzki. Fastball at the letters. A strike, 2-1. Davidson showing no emotion. Quietly brings the hands together. Kicks and delivers. Tulowitzki takes it inside, backing away from the plate. 3-1. Davidson ready for the 3-1 pitch. And there's another strike. Fastball at the letters brings it full. First base is open. 2 outs and a 3-2 count. Sanchez leading from second. The Travelers leading by 5. Payoff pitch. Bringing a line drive up the middle. It's a base hit to center field. Sanchez coming around third, and he will score to make it a 4-run game. Tulowitzki on base for the 5th time. That's his 3rd hit. RBI number 39. Drillers manage a run off Davidson in the 9th inning. 7-3 Travs as Seth Smith will stand in. 7th hit for the Drillers. And none of them coming from the 2 through 5 hitters. Seth Smith, the number 2 batter, is 0 for 4 after going 4 for 5 last night. Lefty on lefty. Here's a pitch from Davidson. Miss inside, ball 1. A little bit of a shift on the infield. Paulie plays in front of Tulowitzki. Rodland deep at second. Brown way off at third. The 1-0 to Smith. There's a high strike, 1-1. Travs 7, Drillers 3. 2 outs, top 9. The 1-1 from Davidson. Change up is high, 2-1. Davidson checks the runner, deals. There's a high strike again, 2-2. Second time, Davidson has gone to 2 strikes with 2 outs. Left-hander ready. And the 2-2 to Smith. It's high, ball 3. A lot of high fastballs here from Davidson to Tulowitzki and Smith. As Smith reaches base, the tying run comes to the on-deck circle. That tying run would be Joe Koshansky, the league's leading RBI man. Payoff pitch to the left-hander. Fouled back into the roof. Joe Gaetti on deck. 0 for 4. Davidson does not want to give him a chance. Travelers came into the 9th leading by 5. Drillers cut it to a 4-run lead. Infield firmly in the sunlight, pouring over the first base seats with a large black cloud hovering above center. Here's a 3-2 to Smith. Swinging a line drive, shallow left center coming on Bacon. He's there. He makes the catch. This ball game is over, and the Arkansas Travelers beat the Drillers by a final score of 7-3. More importantly, the Travs take 3 of 5 from Tulsa, beating the Drillers for the first time in a series in the 2006 season. And you can't put it in the book.
Nick Green gets the win, goes to 3-1. The Travelers defeat Mark Kaiser for the first time this year. With the victory, the Travs are 5-7 in the second half, 29-52 overall. The Drillers fall to 6-6, and an overall record for the first half champions of 47-35. Again, the final, the Travelers 7 and the Drillers 3. We'll have the final totals and the recap next on your Allstate Insurance post-game report. This has been Traveler Baseball on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not know, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray-Winder Field 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray-Winder Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray-Winder Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1655 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball. It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show.
once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Back at Raywinder Field as the Arkansas Travelers defeat the Tulsa Drillers by a final score of 9-3. Here for your Allstate Insurance post-game report, brought to you by Allstate Insurance, where they believe it's time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands? Travelers in good hands from the very start of this ball game. Getting ahead of the Tulsa Drillers in the first inning. Nate Haynes, a leadoff double against Mark Kaiser. And then after he moved to third on a ground out by Aaron Teal, he would score when Brandon Wood lined a single to left center. Wood's 59th RBI of the season made it 1-0 Travelers. That'd be followed by Matt Brown's slow ground ball to the hole at short. It would stop by Christian Colonel, though he stumbled for the baseball. His throw to second would be late, trying to force out Wood. Brown giving credit for an infield hit. And then Greg Porter steps to the plate, getting his first at-bat since he was at his grandfather's funeral last night. Porter hit the first pitch over the right field screen monster and onto the interstate. A huge home run. That made it a 4-0 score. 12th home run of the season for Porter. RBIs 39, 40, and 41. Trav's off and running. 4-0 in the first. Nick Green made that lead stand from the start. Green would set down 7 straight from the first till the third inning. Then set down another 7 straight from the end of the third to the start of the fifth. Green would see the Travs score 3 more runs for him in the fifth inning. Leadoff single by Aaron Teal off Mark Kaiser. That would be followed by Brandon Wood's second base hit of the game, a line drive single to left field. After that, Matt Brown produces a single to right, loading the bases for Porter. But Mark Kaiser recovered to strike out Porter, but that would be the last big out that Kaiser recorded. Bobby Wilson followed with a flare to center that brought home 1 run. Kept the bases loaded from Matt Pauley. Pauley slapped a line drive single to left center, scoring Wood and Brown. And that made it a 7-0 score. That would be the last time the Travs scored today. So that was all the runs that they really would need, as Nick Green made it stand through the first 6 innings. He held the Drillers. They held the Drillers to just 4 base hits until the 7th, but then the leadoff batter of the 7th, Jordan Zarnicki, hit a line drive triple off the right center field wall. Tino Sanchez would follow with a home run to right. Those would be the only 2 runs scored on Green, though he would leave in the 7th inning after issuing a 2-out walk to Troy Tulowitzki. He would go 6 2/3, allowing 6 hits and a couple of runs. Daniel Davidson came on in relief, got the final out of the 7th inning, inducing Smith's ground out to second base. And then in the 8th, got a spectacular play from Matt Brown for the first out of the inning, charging for a slow grounder to the hole at shortstop and firing to get Gaetti at first base. Drillers would get the last run of the ball game in the 9th, leadoff double by Sanchez and a 2-out single from Troy Tulowitzki. And that would make it 7-3. That's the way the game finished. The final totals, these are official final totals now. You got it for the Drillers, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Tulsa Strand 8. Travelers 7 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, leaving 7 men on base. Winning pitcher is Nick Green, going to 3-1 at AA. Green's overall record between Rancho Cucamonga and Arkansas is now 8-4. Meanwhile, the Driller right-hander Mark Kaiser loses for the first time in 4 games against the Travs. 7-7 record overall for Kaiser, giving up a season high 7 runs on 11 base hits. With the victory, the Travs are now 5-7 in the second half, 29-52 overall. Travelers now 6 wins, 13 losses against Tulsa. Drillers falls to 6-6 in the second half, 47-35 overall. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report, we'll check the scores from the major leagues and set the Texas League schedule tonight. I'll be right after this commercial break on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was engineered in space. I would not know. But think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invest, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
All other 3 Texas League games will be later tonight, as the Travs and the Drillers are the only team to get an early game on July the 4th. It means that we get to celebrate the holiday at home. Well, not the Travs. They're going to be heading out to Wichita in just a couple of hours. The long road trip takes about 7 hours to get there, and so guys will head on a luxury liner early. Yours truly station right here until on the highway tomorrow morning. So it'll be Corpus Christi at Midland tonight. First place Hooks, 9-2 record. 1 game in front of second place San Antonio. Midland in third is 5-6. Chance Douglas, the reigning Texas League pitcher of the week, on the mound for the Hooks with a record of 5-2. David Bradley will hurl for Midland, right-hander 4-7 record. San Antonio and Frisco, second place Missions, have a right-hander Nate Mateo pitching at 3-7, and as usual, the secret of Frisco Rough Riders refused to announce a starting pitcher. Wichita and Springfield, 7-10 first pitch at Hammond Field. The first place Wranglers now a game and a half in front of Tulsa. The Travs pulled 2.5 within. Springfield losing 8 of 9. They're 5 games back. Neil Musser on the mound for the Wranglers. The left-hander is 3-0. Chris Lambert pitching for the Cardinals. Right-hander is 7-6. Over to the major leagues now. We've got a couple of finals coming in out of the National League. The Mets rally past the Pirates in the 8th inning with 3 runs. And New York beats the Pirates 7-6. There were 25 hits in that ball game. Juaner Sanchez, former El Paso right-hander, won his 5th. Hernandez the loss for the Pirates. Billy Wagner saving his 16th. Milwaukee a 5-2 win over Cincinnati with Corey Koshansky hitting his 12th home run. Doug Davis a strong start, 5-5 record. Bronson Arroyo fails in his second attempt at winning his 10th, falls to 9-5. Brian Shout pitching for Milwaukee saved his second of the year. Those are the only finals. End of 8 at Houston, and the Astros all over the Cubs 7-1. San Diego and Philadelphia in the bottom of the 4th after a long rain delay at Philly. It's 2-0 Padres. Over in the American League, the White Sox jumping out over the Orioles after 3 innings, 8-0. Already 10 base hits for the White Sox. Juan Uribe has homered for the White Sox, his 11th. Angels trailing Seattle now. The Mariners score 5 times in the 4th inning off Irvin Santana. And the M's lead the Angels 5-2 in the bottom of the 5th. 2 homers for the M's. Raul Ibanez, number 19. Richie Sexton connected on his 16th. Angels get a homer from Juan Rivera, his 7th. Boston and Tampa Bay, 0-0. Bottom of the 3rd of the Juice Dome. Bottom 1 at Oakland, 0-0 score. Later tonight in Cleveland, the Yankees and the Indians. Sean Chacon against Jake Westbrook. 7:05 first pitch at Arlington. The Texas Rangers have John Karanka against the Blue Jays' Roy Halladay. Minnesota trying for their 12th straight win. They take on the Kansas City Royals with former Wichita Wrangler left-hander Jimmy Gobble taking on Bruce Bonser of the Minnesota Twins. Games that are tonight in the National League, the Cardinals and the Atlanta Braves. In Georgia, John Thompson for the Braves. It's Chris Carpenter for the Redbirds. San Francisco visits Colorado tonight. Giants in search of their 4th straight win. Jason Schmidt, 6-3 for the Giants. Former Driller left-hander Jeff Francis will toe the rubber for the Rockies. Dodgers hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks tonight at Dodger Stadium. It'll be Gonzalez for Arizona and Aaron Seeley for Los Angeles. Those are all the scores from the majors and the Texas League on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. You can always look online for a low fare at southwest.com. Our final scores today at Raywinder Field, the Arkansas Travelers with a 7-3 win over the Tulsa Drillers, and we'll wrap it up after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company, Casualty Insurance Company, Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, North Carolina.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Wrapping things up at Raywinder Field on July 4th, the Travelers with an impressive 7-3 win over the Tulsa Drillers. Our BC Powder player of the game tonight will be Nick Green. Green picking up his 3rd win of the season against this one loss with Arkansas beating the only team that beat him at AA. Green, 6 2/3 innings, shut out the Drillers until the 7th, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits and 2 walks, striking out 3. Lowered his AA earned run average to 4.19. Tough choice for the play of the game today because the Travelers had 8 players selected base hit. There were 4 that knocked in a run. Greg Porter had a towering 3-run homer to the freeway in the 1st inning and homered for 3 consecutive at-bats dating back to Saturday. Meanwhile, Brandon Wood, Aaron Teal, Matt Brown, Bobby Wilson, and Matt Pauly with a couple of base hits, and Pauly drove in 2 runs. It looks like there's going to be some pretty heavy rain coming here to Raywinder Field any moment now. I think there's been some lightning coming pretty close, and we'll get through this broadcast here. Always nice to have electrical equipment strapped to your head in the middle of an electrical storm. Now the Travelers get the win over the Drillers and now have won 3 of 5 from Tulsa. It's their first series win all year against Tulsa. Just the 3rd series the Travelers have won on the year. A record now of 5-7. Tulsa falls to 6-6. Drillers will head home. They'll host Springfield in a 5-game series. Next up for the Travs, a 5-game set at Wichita's Lawrence Dumont Stadium from Wednesday through Sunday. Tomorrow night at Lawrence Dumont, we'll have the AA debut as a starter for Jose Arredondo. Arredondo, his fastball has been clocked in the high 90s and occasionally at 100. It's 5-6 with a 2.30 ERA at Rancho Cucamonga. He struck out over 100 batters in about 80 innings. The Wranglers counter with veteran right-hander Junior Herndon, who has 7 wins, 6 losses, and a 3.83 ERA. By the first pitch at Wichita, 7 o'clock Wednesday night. They're going to tell us 7 o'clock, but the first pitch actually be thrown at 7:05. We'll set the pregame show for 6:40 here at Air America Little Rock 1380. I'd like to thank Benny Petrie back at the studios. Benny, always a fantastic job. And to the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet, and especially you fans for tuning in tonight. I hope you had a wonderful time during our broadcast. Have a very safe July 4th holiday. And happy 230th birthday to the finest country that the world has ever seen. Phil Elson thanking you for tuning in. Our final score, the Tulsa Drillers 9, the Arkansas Travelers 4. We'll be talking Traveler baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Think of us like a thinking person's voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXC, North Little Rock.